Ladies and gentlemen,
What's up, Felix?
What's going on? Sorry, I had to download Zoom and everything. I don't know how to do any of this stuff.
I should have told you about that ahead of time.
Oh
I'll
no,
be
you
forgetting about
good.
that. How many weeks out now, bro?
We are 6 weeks out yesterday.
And
So
how you feeling this time around compared to past shows as far as energy levels, performance, the whole
man,
nine?
I mean, honestly, this has been the easiest one and the best one, just because we had so many in previous preps. We had so many issues we had to address, from little injuries to digestion and whatnot. So this is kind of the first prep where Austin and I have a healthy canvas to work with. Like we're
Mhm.
starting from a healthy point, so it's made it way fucking easier, you know.
Who's your
So
coach? You said Austin?
Austin Stout, yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
And
So he's one of those guys that should be much more known than he is. Very, very smart. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go.
but sometimes I feel like some of the best coaches, they're so focused on being coaches that they're not super worried about marketing and stuff like that. So they won't be
Yeah.
like as popular, but the people who are supposed to know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. And people in the industry know who Austin is. I mean, but yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that's like much less emphasis on social media and just a lot more emphasis on the education, the knowledge, and while still having that gritty old school training. Like he trains in his old barn gym at his house, like just old school hard, no
Mhm.
bullshit training. So it's a good fit, and I've been with him since 2020, and we just click. It's so easy now.
This was a week ago. It says 7 weeks out. This,
Yes, yeah.
I mean, this is pretty impressive. 7 weeks out, man. Fucking glutes are in, hams are in, um, back is in. But I, I was saying on one of the previous podcasts, you don't see a lot of necessarily tall guys with big legs, with a good waist, with pretty good round muscle bellies as well. So it's a very good combination, man, to have.
Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah,
Mhm.
and again, man, the waist, like, I mean, obviously, you can go back and look. I've always had a good waist, especially from the side, I think. Um, but just fixing some of those digestive issues that I had, like, even my waist it came in so much tighter, so much sooner this prep. Like, it didn't have to deal with any bloating or anything. So, like, yeah, it's just a whole different look this time around. So I'm happy with it so far.
So, Joe,
Hey,
Felix
Felix
is
Norman.
Joe.
I have not met you, man. What's up,
Eh,
brother?
What's going on, man? Nice to meet you.
Hi, baby. How
Yeah.
you doing?
No complaints, bro. No complaints. I think this is the first episode I'm actually eating a meal. I
You
just
know,
couldn't.
uh, bro. Okay, so I'm glad you brought this up. First thing I want to do,
Mhm.
first one of the day, dial in everybody. Shout out
Mhm.
to everybody that's been supporting. I don't know if you guys been seeing their page, but this place is blowing up, just like I said it would.
Oh yeah, because
I'm literally watching it expand like quickly before my eyes. So it's pretty cool to be a part of that. But anyways, when I want to talk about baby eating,
Mhm.
man, I'm 2 weeks into the rebound, right? And I forget how fucking tired I get as soon as I put my last bite down, bro.
Mhm.
I'm literally sitting
No,
in the
props out.
kitchen and just like, fuck. It's after every meal. And
Mhm.
until I lay down or like an hour passes, I'll start to get up a little energy and then I'll be eating again in an hour just to hit the
Mhm.
same damn wall. I'm like, fuck, man. Like, It's like the prep doesn't stop, but it's a different kind of tired now. Like I'm strong, I'm full, and I don't think about food and stuff. Yeah, it's just damn.
Some rebounds, I actually get more hungry on the rebound than prep.
Yeah, bro. This time around, I honestly I can't complain. So I do 6 meals on training days, 5 on non-training days. So my meals are at 300 grams of rice, 225 grams of rice. Like I'm hungry, but I'm not starving, so I'm not thinking about food like that.
Yeah,
but I'm just I crave energy more than anything, bro. So I'm over here drinking these damn dials. I'm trying to find every way to function in everyday life.
Survive.
You have 6 meals a day, and you're tired after every one of them, bro. You can only take so many damn naps.
What's up, Zaid?
Yeah. What's up, guys? How you doing, Felix? Good to meet you, brother.
Good, man. How you doing?
Good. You're 6 weeks out, yeah?
Yeah, man. 6 weeks. Me and Stu, I think. Is Stu on this one today?
More than likely, but there's no telling. When it comes to prep, Stu, there's no telling.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I was late because I had a pre-workout shit right now. Pre-podcast.
Pre-podcast.
Yeah.
But to go back to Felix, so this was North Americans. How much did you weigh when you turned pro North Americans? And was that 2021 or 22?
That was 2022. So I turned pro the month after Stu did, and I was 242, 243 on stage in North Americans.
Mm-hmm.
And you're 5'10"?
What's that?
And you're 5'10"?
Yep.
How do some of y'all look so big at these weights, bro? It's weird because I'm always heavy, but I don't feel like I look heavy.
Yeah,
you're big. You're big, baby. Trust me. When you walk into the nation,
it might be my head.
You're definitely the biggest black guy there, bro. I told you. When Beatty came in, I was like, I see Beatty talking to this other guy that goes there. I was like, oh, Beatty, I see you've met our other black guy. And I'm like, but don't worry, dog. You got him on the size.
Anytime I like a black guy see me at the gym, they're like, yo, it was good, bro. I feel like it's like what? It's like 3 of us in there.
Mm-hmm.
No,
hey,
but
bro, you know, it's Norwalk, right? So there's a lot of Hispanic people there. Yeah, so I'm the same way. When I see a white dude walk in, I'm like, hey,
hey, what's up, bro?
What up, brother?
White guy.
You lost?
Welcome in. Let me show you around.
Let me show you the gym. No, but to go back to Felix, I was saying, okay, so 240, 243, and this show. Well, first of all, how heavy did you get that off season for the North Americans?
That off season, I got up to 310, so that was the heaviest I ever got. Yeah, so
Holy
it was
shit.
it was a big fucking drop. And this time around, I stayed at 300. We didn't go above 300, so and we're obviously not going to have to drop down as far either. So that's been helpful.
I want to see a picture of this.
Yeah, 310 would be
way down, probably.
If around January, go up a little bit.
Oh.
That's right there. That side chest comparison.
Wait, look at this.
Yeah, that should be about right.
When the neck's gone, that's how you know you hit 300,
bro. That looks nothing like you. That looks you like a strong man in the face. Fucking a strong man competitor.
Oh yeah,
he looks like Eric Kanevsky in that picture.
Yeah, he does.
Well, isn't that funny, man? When you get to that 300-pound look, you lose your
different
neck,
person.
but you grow the biggest beard you can to hide everything.
That's exactly what I do.
That's the way to do it, baby.
Yeah, man. My beard correlates with my body fat level. So as I get deeper into prep, I cut the beard shorter.
Bro, look at this dude.
Look at that fat fuck.
Dude is big as fuck, bro. Holy shit. It's crazy because guys with like genetically small waist, his waist completely disappears once he's in shape. But off season, I mean, this is still a good waist though. But like,
Yeah.
you couldn't tell like this guy has this like super tiny waist, right? Because it's kind of funny how that works. He looks like a big guy, you know?
Yeah.
It's crazy though how everybody's so different, how muscle sits on a frame, right? So look at him, 300 pounds, that sits really well on him.
Yeah.
Very well.
And he's actually had a good waist off season, but like in relation to somebody like me, I don't have a good waist off season. In the off season, I look like I have a blocky waist, right? It makes people nervous. Like, hey, bro, I don't know. Make sure you keep that waist. And I'm like,
makes people nervous.
Yeah, it's gonna go back. Trust me. Like, are you sure? I'm like, just take my word.
Yeah.
Bro. It's gonna come back down.
Yeah.
Yours actually looks good. Yeah, you definitely
tired, bro.
His off season weight actually looks good. All right, so 310 that off season, and then this off season, how heavy did you didn't get ass heavy?
No, we only got up to 300.
Okay, but better composition, I would assume.
Yeah, much better. Just kept it cleaner. I didn't put on as much of the unnecessary weight. And I mean, I say unnecessary, but I am a believer in getting a little bit more fluffy in the off season.
There you go.
Thank you. We're gonna go on just fine, bro. We can become best friends.
Joe is gonna love that. I'm like, that's it. Instantly best friends with Joe now.
Yeah, bro.
Perfect. Hey, where do you live at? Where do you live? What's
I live in down
Cali.
like down in California. Yeah.
Okay.
Not far from Los Angeles.
Whenever I find myself out there, you guys show me all the food spots then.
Bro, okay, that's
I like this guy.
I like this every time, like me and Justin Compton, that's where we became fucking friends.
Oh yeah,
Justin's a fat kid at heart. He's that guy that like you go to breakfast with him. He orders 3 different stacks of pancakes, French toast, and maybe something savory on the side, bro.
Oh shit!
I'm all about it.
Love it.
I always say, you ever heard that phrase, "fat and happy"?
Yeah,
that's the way to live life, bro. I know I'm gonna get in shape, so fuck it.
Exactly. It's one thing if you have issues, hard time getting in shape, and it's one thing if you've been literally the most pill guy every show you've done.
I've actually encouraged clients. I'm like, look, I want you to understand something. Getting to your dream body, it's hard work. It's a lot of sacrifice. But once you get there, you become fearless. Like once you adapt to or adopt the lifestyle and it becomes like your thing, you can eat whatever the fuck you want without any repercussions. Like literally anything you want. You always know you're going to get back in shape. You can come off just because you love the lifestyle anyway. So it's the best. Bro. It's seriously the best.
Right. Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah. Exactly.
And you always showed it on stage, Joe. So
yeah, because it's always possible. Yeah, it's because you love the process. So everything comes in phases. I'm not saying get fat. I'm not saying that. But if you're out with somebody, enjoy yourself. Like when it's time, right? And don't overdo it. Like for example, everybody knows how. I mean, I don't obviously cheat during prep. I don't cheat during my rebounds. But when I'm given, my coach says, have a cheat meal, I don't count the damn calories. I go get what I want. I don't say, oh, how much fat's in this, protein, whatever. No, man. Just fucking live life. Put on a little bit of body fat. It'll come off. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. It's been kind of my just philosophy. I mean, as long as you don't abuse it, but like I get, usually 1 to 2 free meals in the off season per week. And it's like, some people freak out about the free meals. Like, how hard should I go? Can I go hard? Can I not? And it's like, I kind of figured for me, the stress that I'll cause myself, the cortisol spike I'll cause myself, just having that internal battle is worse than if I just have the fucking dessert with the meal.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
just do it.
Yeah, you literally stressed out at the thought of like, well, if I don't do it, then I'm gonna think about it. If I do it, let's fucking just do it.
Exactly. Yeah. If you're deep in the off season and you got a couple of weeks, just get what the fuck you want.
Of course. Yeah.
It's funny, Beatty, you actually said in our little group chat how like when you have a lot of muscle at one point, like if you're walking around 280 pounds, you have abs, it's kind of hard to eat shit food and still get fat, even at that point.
Yeah.
Like it really is. Like you have to eat like your shit to maintain your weight and then add the shit on top of that. So and that's hard to do.
Yeah.
So at a certain point, it's damn near impossible.
Because usually at that point, once you're getting to that type of body composition, you've been eating so much for so long. We're usually looking for a break from food at that point.
Exactly.
So I know a lot of times where I'll eat a cheat meal and just do the mental math in my head and then be like, well, shit, I didn't really come out ahead on this for calories anyway.
Yeah, what's funny is Justin, right? What he does is he'll take 2 of our meals. He says, so eat your normal meals, take 2 of those normal meals and replace it with a cheat meal. Bro, when you're walking around 280 plus, those 2 meals is probably at least 2,000 to 2,400 calories anyways, depending on the size of the meal, how big you are. So
Justin never did that shit with me. He makes me
because baby grows on 2,000 calories itself.
I haven't seen a cheat meal this whole prep. I don't think.
No, but that's his off season. This is off season.
Okay.
Now prep. Yeah,
okay, just making sure. So, what's up, Jordan?
What's up, guys? Sorry I'm late.
No,
I didn't know this guy was going to be on. What's going on, dude?
What's up, Felix? How you doing, man?
I'm good.
Feeling all right?
I feel better than I should. Yeah.
That's how I feel today. I've had 4 high days in a row.
Damn. Holy fuck.
You're definitely ahead, bro. You're definitely ahead.
I don't know. Felix is ahead, I feel like. I'm usually a little bit ahead of this, honestly.
You're definitely started coming in this week.
Yeah.
The last thing I saw from you, Jordan, looked like your glutes were coming in.
Yeah, they're coming in. They came in a lot this morning. I can show you guys a picture. I woke up after 3 high days. I was like, I got to take a picture of this, even though Chris doesn't want me taking pictures today because my glutes were like in.
I mean, look, but you got lines in your glutes.
They're in more than that now.
I mean, to be honest, both of you guys are ahead, but I think Felix is like way ahead, right? Like Felix is
he's looking lean, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Check this. I don't know if you can I'll show you in a second. I had a picture of my back lat spread this morning. I was like, I had to take a shot because I'm starting to get the striations down the middle.
I messaged Jordan earlier this week telling him how much more balanced his upper body has gotten with his leg.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate that, man.
It's cool to see.
I've been watching his YouTube videos. I haven't seen, for whatever reason, I could have sworn I was following him because I remember I used to watch his videos, then I just wouldn't see it, and then I went and I wasn't subscribed. I'm like, wait, what? Maybe it just used to pop up on my thing.
I looked at like the analytics a lot. It's coming from a lot of just suggested YouTube feeds, so I guess I'm getting suggested, which is a good thing.
Yeah. So what probably happened was I probably saw your video and then started watching it, so then it kept popping up, and I wasn't even subscribed. I didn't know.
Yeah, I subscribed to Joe the other day. I didn't even know. To be honest, Joe, we hadn't talked about it. I didn't know you did YouTube, so like, I subscribed to you.
Fairly new.
It's super new, but yeah, I've been watching the videos, and I'm like, yo, this is really good content, bro. Like, you know how when you're in prep, your attention span is kind of short, so you get like bored easy. Like I'll start watching something, and I'm like, I can't watch this shit, and I'll keep changing.
You're constantly finding a video or a movie or a TV show. You can't sit for more than 5 minutes with it.
Oh, I can't. So I'll watch a couple pros videos. I won't say any names, but I'm watching. I'm like, yo, this kind of boring, bro. And I'll switch it, and I'll put Jordan's in. The one I saw was like an hour video. I watched the whole thing. Fucking
damn.
Click rewind the whole 9. So.
It's because of all of my cute meals. One of my training partner calls it that. He says he was like, "Can you really get shredded with all those cute meals you eat?" It's like these Ninja Creamies and pancakes and all that stuff. I'm like, I mean, I think I'm getting pretty lean at 6 weeks out, so I'm not going to pull it out yet.
you know, when I was going to say when I did my first show, Natural, I actually dieted exactly like Jordan until I asked my friend to help peak me. And it works. It's just the only issue is towards the end, like because not all of it's like super single ingredient food, sometimes things mess with your digestion. Like it's hard to kind of pinpoint what you want to do.
I
But
think it's
it's the
person
best,
dependent, bro. It's person dependent. Like Jewett does it all the way through peak week.
He did. I've been watching Jewett too. I just started watching Jewett, and I was just gonna say that I'm too scared to do that because I'm somebody who doesn't get in shape. It's very difficult for me to get in shape, so I'm just nervous on that shit. But you guys always shred it, so it's like if it's working, there's no point taking it out. Like
the only reason I switched it from what Jordan does was because the guy that helped take over those last 3 weeks, he wanted to do the bro style, like foods like that. So I was just going to do what he told me, but it's the best.
Chris already said we'll probably pull weight out in like a week. So I mean, I do always go at some point to like all protein source, like whole food source, chicken, beef, and eggs and egg whites, and that's it. But I still will leave in like flavored grain cream of rice, and all you're adding to that to make a pancake is baking powder. I don't think 5 grams of baking powder is going to ruin my prep. You know what I mean? So.
I mean, I don't think if you can't place well where you should in the show with those stuff in, I don't think taking that out is going to move you up 5 places.
No, you got bigger problems.
I think so.
Yeah.
What's up, Stu?
What's up, guys?
Beef.
Hi, Megan.
Hi.
Hey, what's up, man?
Megan got herself a new car.
Oh, nice.
I saw that. Congrats.
Look at that.
Okay.
That's so dope.
Fancy.
Flexing.
Benz.
There you go.
Stu, do you make any cute meals on prep, like pancakes and shit?
Creamies?
No, I do not get cute and stuff.
Bro, he gets all the fish.
Yeah,
does.
well, you guys were just talking about cutting out whey and stuff. Blue has me do that. He has me cut out everything artificial, no intra-workouts, pre-workout, Crystal Light, energy drinks, whey, all of it. And last week's kind of annoying because of that, but I still have to have protein in my first meal, right? So I just have like 300 grams of white fish. So that's delicious.
I haven't eaten fish in prep in years, bro. It's been at least 6 years since I ate fish in prep.
I'm going to remind you of that in 6 weeks.
Oh, yeah, bro. You can remind me all you want, dude. Just look down at my glutes.
He's not going to eat fish. But Stu, do you feel like, I don't know if you could tell, but do you feel like it makes any difference when you take out?
I have no fucking clue, dude. I have no idea.
Just follow the plan.
I don't know, because like there's so many things that are changing at that point, like 5 or 6 days out. Like you pulled out growth hormone, you pulled out TAS, like there's all kinds of shit that's changing there too. So I can't say if it's making a difference. I doubt it. Honestly, I doubt it, but like I don't have my clients do it. But
if I'm being honest, I don't think it makes any difference that we would notice. I just personally I don't know. I don't feel like I can take any risk, and I don't really care to, if I'm being honest. It's gonna suck anyways for me. Like it's gonna be so low, it's gonna suck regardless. So if it sucks a little bit more, honestly, it doesn't really make a difference. You understand? Yeah. So, but Felix,
go
ahead, Joe. Go ahead,
I was gonna say, for one thing that I've always done, literally for every single show I've ever done, was drink a 0 sugar energy drink, like one day out. And people get shocked when they see me do that. I remember even Paul, he was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like, what I always do. It's like,
one day out, this motherfucker drank the shit the morning of the first judgment. The morning of.
Bro? I think he gave me like for that day, I think he gave me like 16 ounces of fluid. So I just decided to use the fucking Monster instead. Well, that's 16 ounces.
Here's
I'll
my
do black coffee the day of the show, but I can't. That's funny doing your fluid from a 0 cal Monster or something.
Well, to be honest, because I was like, if
he was shredded. Anything would happen.
I was drier, and then also like sometimes I wake up bloated in the morning, so like the carbonation like pushes the gas out and all that stuff. So it works for me.
I don't think that's how that works, but okay.
That's the most science shit I've ever heard.
Bro science.
Bro science.
Here's the thing, man. Here's the thing.
It does help, like, take a shit.
I'll see people like, or coaches be like, yo, nah, no fucking Splenda, no protein powder, none of those chemicals, no drinks, but you can have a cheat meal today, fucking burgers and fries. I'm like, wait, what? So I'm like, right, so you're scared of all of this shit, but he's gonna go have a fucking Diet Coke with a burger and fries anyways. So
it's so counterintuitive, bro.
I feel like
it makes sense.
Yeah, or some people might cut out energy drinks, but they still have protein powder that has sucralose in it or whatever it has. And so I'm like, well, you're still getting it, bro. You're still. So I'm like, which one is it? Are you gonna run away from it completely, or are you gonna have it sometimes or none of the time?
I guess reduction of sucralose and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Now for me, I took out diet soda because it was bloating me, and I knew it was bloating me because I couldn't have a little.
When it's a direct problem, that's when you need to pull it. When you see an issue, your prep's being stalled, or digestion is off, or you're holding water. Like, there's good reasons for it, but if you're not, then why take it away? Worry about it.
If I switch, let's say if I switch to like bowl of gains or like any cream of rice with flavor, and all of a sudden I get gassy, well then it would make sense to take it out. But if I feel fine, then I'm just gonna leave it in unless my coach tells me to take it out. Right. Now,
yeah, but at that moment you've been on like a certain something so long during prep. I mean, it's kind of dumb to add something new. I mean, so close to a show too, That's
yeah. Yo, you know what's crazy? So I've been getting like random like UGLs reach out to me, right? Like, yo, I want to send you some shit, right? So I get a bunch of this shit. I got Primo Match. I'm okay. Looking at it, I'm like, wait. I'm looking at the labels. I'm like, I'm not putting this shit in my body 7 weeks out. I don't fucking know where the fuck this come. Fucking Dr. Deadlift's fucking gear. I'm like, fucking Deadlifts. I don't know what the fuck this. I don't know who this guy is, where he came from. So, like, you got to be careful what you put in your body in the prep. Like, maybe off season, maybe maybe give a little test shot.
Then you're still risking your progress in the off season too.
You are though, yeah, you are for sure. So yeah,
bro, there's a reason they're reaching out to a bunch of people. It's probably underdose, probably fake. Like there's a reason they need it that bad.
Hey man,
yeah.
It's hard to turn down.
Itself.
It's hard to turn down.
Free is hard to turn down. It's hard to turn down free, but free is free for a reason.
Yeah. Anybody ever?
Things, you've been using the same gear so long, but it ain't broke. Why fix it?
Yeah.
I'm scared to change anything, any tiny detail like that. I'm scared.
I'm loyal to what I use, unless they stop selling it or something happens.
Facts. All right, let's circle back to Felix. I was asking him about his off season and weight gain and shit. All right, so this you said for North Americans you're about in the 240s.
Yeah, on stage like 242, 243.
Okay.
How much tissue do you feel like you've added if you had to guess
I think
where you're at?
We're probably gonna step on stage about 10 pounds heavier. We'll probably be around 253, 252, I think.
Perfect. That's what I want to hear.
I can't imagine us getting much lower.
Because guys make me nervous when they start saying, about 25, 28 pounds heavier. And I'm like, whoa.
No.
Take it easy. Be careful.
Right, no. It'll be about 10 pounds. And I mean, I took all of last year off. So I think 10 pounds over almost exactly 2 years. That's about as good as I can hope for,
Yeah. Well, you look great. Oh shit. Don't shave the beard off season, Felix. Don't do that.
Dude, well, now that Stu confirmed with Tyler, I'm keeping it on stage and everything. Fuck that.
Right.
Yeah, beards are in, bro. I mean, there's so many guys with beards on stage now. It's almost more common than not nowadays. But
beards are like overdone, in my humble opinion. It's not though.
Of course,
Bruno Mars hair,
a full head of hair,
bro. You know how many of my followers who have nothing to do with bodybuilding, like personal friends, like outside of the sport, like comment on like when we post Stu, they're like, "Oh, he looks like Bruno Mars, Jack Bruno Mars," and I'm like, "Bro,
That's so funny."
that's like a thing."
So I was having breakfast this morning at this diner place, and so apparently somebody recognized me. The waitress came over and she was like, "Yeah, there's like somebody who's like a fan of yours behind you." And I was like, I had to imagine they probably just recognized my hair sitting there.
More than likely, it stands out. All right.
I mean, it's easy to recognize, bro. It's hard to miss.
Yeah.
Okay. Did they start the Toronto Pro yet? When the fuck is this shit gonna start?
I got 212 pulled up right now, bro.
Classic guys. And
Where-
they all suck.
Where do you got it pulled up? Like the actual
On my
stream?
phone. Yeah. I got it rested up on my laptop screen.
Let's
I
get a
thought they
peek,
were
bro.
supposed to go on earlier. Let's see
I thought
who's
so,
on.
Let's get a little peek at
was
that,
supposed
Jordan.
to start at 10 o'clock.
This guy just stepped off, so I'll show you. I saw Cody Drabeau. Is that his?
Jobot.
Drobot, however you say it. I don't know who this guy is. He's up right
Free
now.
stream. Copyright, free stream.
Thank
Don't
you.
get arrested. All right. Well, let me see if anybody. Okay, yeah. Let me pull up.
If anybody pops up, and when the open guys come up, I'll turn the phone around. We can talk about it.
Share it.
Did you guys all see Akeem's update this morning? Do you
Yeah,
think it's
looked absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Listen, man.
I hope that translates to stage because that's nasty.
Me too.
Hey, man. I mean, if this was taken today, it's gonna be hard to fuck that up within a couple of hours. But you know,
I think
anything's possible.
I think everybody saw this update and was like, "Oh my gosh, this is the best Akeem we've seen." But it's hotel lighting.
Right.
Yeah, good point. Good point. Yeah.
Well, remember his last showing, they said, like, remember how much he got better from one day or the early show to the night show or whatever?
Right.
Or
Yeah,
Maybe he brought it right this time.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
because I think he said they literally changed nothing. They just were ready later. So maybe he just took that and did the
Ran
same
with
thing.
I mean, you gotta be ready for prejudging.
Yeah. You
can't just
say
wait to
that
be
shit.
ready for finals.
It's too late. It's fucking too late. You know?
Yeah.
But I was gonna say I think it was Ian might have said it on a podcast. He was backstage at one of the shows Akeem did, and he's like, holy fuck, Akeem is fucking peeled. But then on stage, he was like, huh. For whatever reason, it didn't translate. So hopefully that's not the case here. Hopefully this is how he looks on stage. But I'm sure Akeem always looks wild. I'm sure face to face, you're probably like, this motherfucker looks crazy all the time, you know.
Sure.
But
He's got that outdoor cross lighting going on though right here, and he's going to be underneath the stage lights, so it may just look different.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Now, either way, he's in shape. How much in shape is he? We'll see when he stands next to John Jewett, because John Jewett is going to be a good indication of who's in shape.
That was my prediction was John Jewett in first, Akeem second, and I said, but if Akeem is in shape, everyone else is fighting for second.
Exactly.
But I think if Akeem's not in shape or if it doesn't translate, I think with Akeem and Hassan and all these guys that are known for missing their conditioning, John is going to expose that so hard.
Yeah.
For sure.
Anybody who didn't have John winning, most of them said, I don't think he's big enough. Here's the thing, right? With that phrase, being big only matters when you're in shape, right? Because if you're a sumo wrestler up there, it doesn't matter if you're 400 pounds. You got to be in shape, right? So John is in shape, and I think he's big enough. Like I don't look at this guy and say, this guy's small, right? Like,
how tall does anyone know how tall John is? Is he like 5'6"?
He's like 5'6", yeah. I think he's
Okay.
5'6" max, yeah. So
small frame.
I used to think that mattered more, like being taller. Like, you know, a 5'6" guy and a 5'9" guy, similar muscularity conditioning, right? That's got to be a leg up for a 5'9" guy. But I don't know.
I don't think so anymore. I don't think it does.
It depends, though. It depends on so many other variables.
So, like,
It's
overall, like, dude, just like I don't know if I buy it, man. I don't know if it actually helps.
I'm just saying, like, if you got the same kind of shape, same kind of muscularity, same conditioning, same everything, you got the same guy. He's just a bigger, taller, bigger frame guy. I mean, look at Samson. If Samson could bring in the conditioning and all that, he would be winning, and he's a taller, bigger frame guy.
You know, we say that, right? But is that actually true?
I think he would. I do think he would.
Does Samson actually beat Hadi and Derek if he's in shape? I'm starting to have
shape.
I 100% believe he would.
I do too. If he was that kind of conditioning,
I did before, but I'm starting to think maybe we just say these things, but maybe it's not true. You know, because okay, he's more balanced and pretty, but he stands next to Hadi. Hadi is still wide as fuck. It's still a different level of graininess. Just being in shape doesn't mean.
It has like some balance.
Yeah, you chopping up.
Super choppy.
Oh, you chopping the fuck up. Chopped and screwed, bro. Get him out of here.
Beef is stuck.
One thing I want to say is
chopped beef.
Minced beef.
Minced beef. Oh my bad. What you saying, Joe? Minced beef is like.
I was just saying, bodybuilding's always been about who can check off the most boxes, right? Like across the board, and shape is one of those boxes. So, like,
for sure,
if you have shape with a good balance of conditioning and muscularity and all that stuff, that's going to win. So, like someone like Hadi, he has good shape because of his muscularity on his frame, but Samson's is just better. So,
here's the thing:
overpowering.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
My thing is this: we say these things like pretty sure, but okay, you guys remember Regan Grimes? He started competing. He's like 230. Oh man, this guy 10 more pounds. Oh, he's top 10. He gains 10 pounds next year. Oh, bro, 10 more pounds. Oh, yeah, the motherfucker is 270 on stage now, and it's like 15 more pounds. He's gonna be in the top 5. Like, it just keeps moving,
bro. It's also about proportions too. Where were those 10 pounds placed on his body? Where Samson keeps getting bigger and bigger, and I don't see his waist moving much. So like his silhouette keeps getting crazier and crazier.
No, not shape-wise. Where Samson is going to be like condition, right? He came in sharp at the Arnold.
But what I'm saying is like Reagan, his proportions haven't gone wacky with the extra size. Like some guys keep these crazy proportions and they're adding that weight to their frame, and then they're getting crazier and crazier proportions. That's where it matters.
Like the way I realistically see it playing out is like Samson came in harder at the UK. Oh wow, Samson looks good. He's harder. He still loses to Hadi, right? I feel like he's gonna come in a little bit harder at Olympia. They're gonna be like, oh, he's getting close. 3rd place. He almost there. Next year he's gonna come in sharp. Oh, he's getting close. Oh boy. I feel like they're gonna just keep doing that because he's never gonna actually look like Hadi. He's never gonna be like that conditioned. He's gonna be his version of in shape. Like when Andrew came in at the Arnold Classic, he was in shape, right? But it was still like cool, but still not enough, right? So that would be my fear. Like he's gonna keep coming a little bit sharper, and it's never gonna be enough because when you break it down, he's still losing from behind, and he's still, even though he's muscular, he's still not as compact and filled out as them, you know. I don't know. But part of me kind of thinks that we're gonna just keep moving the golf post unless he just looks like a complete alien, which I just don't think that's realistic to think, you know.
Yeah.
Not anymore. No.
Yeah, and he's also 38, right? So we're expecting a lot from somebody who just gained 30 pounds of muscle and got leaner. We were looking at him like, well, do it again. Just get leaner. Just get bigger.
I guess this year will tell what way he's gonna be headed, you know.
We talk about it like it's magic. Like the motherfucker literally went from second call outs in Europe to winning the Arnold and getting top 3 at the Olympia, and we're still like, we just want more. We just keep wanting more.
See, my argument though is that is what happens when you fill out a frame that's that big.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
I agree. But yeah, the tall guy, short guy thing, I think at this point, I think judges just judge the physique, you know? So I guess to circle back, we started this with Jewett. I don't think being 230 makes a difference for him because take a 5'6" person, every inch you add is about 10 pounds. Put him at 5'10", that's 40 pounds, right? So that would make him 270 on stage. So technically he's not undersized. He's just as big as the because who's 270 here? So technically, huh?
10 pounds per inch.
Yeah, it sounds about right. No,
I was gonna say,
is that much?
Like, he
That's a
doesn't
lot.
look like a 270-pound 5'10" guy could scale up. You know,
right?
Maybe 5 to 7 pounds per inch.
Yeah,
Okay.
man. Don't fuck us 5'10" guys like that.
Yeah, right. Seriously, making me feel bad.
Let's lowboard it to 5. So that would be what did I say? 40 pounds. Let's make that 20 pounds. That puts him at 250. That 250 is reasonable at 5'10".
Good. I'm better than
there you go. So basically, Felix. So I mean, yeah, Felix looks like this at 5'10". About. I don't think you're small just because you're a little bit shorter. I think he's muscular enough, you know. I think it's visual. If you look
muscularity, yeah, but like overall, like if you just stand
stature,
next to somebody and you dwarf them, like your silhouette takes up more space. I think that should count for something, but I don't know if it really does.
Yeah.
It did back in Dorian's day with him and Lee Priest. I mean,
it did.
Yeah, that was 30 years ago.
Put Lee at 5'10".
Not anymore.
What would Lee look like at that size at 5'10"?
I think it should matter to a point. Like Andrew Jack, when I see him come out, I'm like, no, he's not as muscularly dense as Hunter, but he actually looks bigger than him just because stature wise is so ridiculous looking. And I've seen him in person when he was smaller. I've seen Andrew when he was like maybe 250, 260, and I thought that was the most impressive physique I've ever seen in person. And we're talking about a guy who was 6'2", 250. So I can only imagine him now at fucking 280 on stage. That it looks very impressive, you know. But he has the muscle bellies as well, you know. All right. What's the point here? Oh, the point is that I think John can still win, even though
is a burger good or bad?
You know, I think the larger the man, the more like quick it is to draw your eye to them, but that also can hurt you, right? It's easier to like, okay, I'm looking at you because you're a bigger presence, but compared to this guy, I'm also seeing a lot of flaws now because I keep looking at you, but I'm also like, I'm looking back and forth. So if you don't fill out that frame, it's going to hurt you because the eyes are drawn to you right away because you're so big. So it just depends.
That's facts. Hey guys, just for the record, I'm high as fuck. So if I start rambling or get into something, just cut me off.
You're doing great.
Thank you, Joe. All right. Still nothing. How do you refresh the page? Okay. I want to see if there's some.
They had the first call outs for 212, but they had Drobot all the way to the outside.
Let me guess. In the middle is the Brazilian guy.
I think so.
Not Brazilian.
It's second call outs now, but
what's his name again? The Brazilian guy?
Evan Jane. He's my cousin.
Ricardo, I think it was Ricardo. Ricardo Correa.
Ricardo Correa. Oh, good.
Oh, you talking about fish soup. You talking about his
soup, or chicken empanada, whatever you call it.
You say chicken empanada?
Empanada.
I love empanadas.
But okay, they got classic. They don't have 212 yet. I think it's gonna be Correa.
I mean, they just went up.
Yeah, if I gotta have my money on Correa over there, Eduardo Correa. All right, let me see.
Hey! Do you guys see the Shrew Classic? The guy who won that? I think he's Iraqi or Iranian. He's on this page.
Where you saw that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's plastic.
Oh, Shoe Classic? Somewhere here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wait,
the middle one.
This is
Okay,
him?
so the guy who won, his arms and delts are so oily, it's horrific.
Yeah, I can see it in that picture right there with him holding up the trophy.
Wait,
Yeah,
Dude, look at his delts. There's
go
a picture.
Back to the other page,
Go back to the.
find the individual posing routine of him, and it's
Even
like,
just that picture of him
dude, they're
holding the
so
trophy.
bad.
His delts are so full of oil right there.
Oh, wow.
Oh shit!
Looks so
Way
bad.
worse when he's posing and moving around. Like they just look like baseballs sticking out of his shoulders.
Well, good job, Jafar. Good job, Jafar. Good job on the win and good job on the pointy shoulders.
The pointy shoulders.
And he's from where? Iraq? Okay. Wait.
Iraq or Iran?
Look at the tagged videos of him.
Yeah, scroll down. Video of individual pose.
It's too much. It's too much work for me, bro. I told you I'm high right now.
He's losing his mind.
Where am I going?
There's so many bodies.
That's it right there in the middle. That's it right there.
Okay. What y'all want me to do? Go to his
Oh, let's leave it right there.
leave it here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
I see it.
No.
Am I the only one that got to turn sideways? Are we all
I'm doing the same shit, bro.
This, bro. I'm like this.
I'm all
I'm trying to
stupid
see
like
this
you.
Hey man, listen, I'm gonna tell you this. How do I put this? I know some of the distributors for Metaform, let's say for instance, and it's a lot of people that you wouldn't expect or you wouldn't think sight enhancing their bodies. They don't look like this, but it's very popular.
Why your delts? I don't understand.
Oh, it's like plastic surgery. Like they think it looks good. They get carried away.
It does not. It looks so bad, especially in like your front relax.
Yeah.
When you come up in your front relax, and it's just like it doesn't look real. It doesn't even look good at all.
I think most of it looks bad. Like to be honest, even when I pin like my GH, sometimes I get lazy and I'll pin my biceps, and I have short, peaky biceps. And I think it looks stupid. I'm like, oh my God. Now I'm looking at my own video and I see this fucking lump. Probably nobody else sees it, but I'm looking like,
Right. Like, was that there before?
Yeah, I'm like, this looks so fucking stupid, bro. So I don't like any of it. Even if I shoot my delts and maybe it's a bad shot and it gets inflamed, and I'm at the gym in a tank top and I see fucking one shoulder like this, I'm like,
I hate it.
That shit is so fucking annoying. I don't want to take pictures. I wanted to keep my t-shirt on now. Even the small stuff.
That happened to me. I pinned my my right shoulder that Monday of USA's peak week.
Uh-oh.
And literally it took till Friday morning for it to go back to normal. I remember checking in and it was just like flat. There was zero separation between my tricep and my delt.
I won't touch my middle delts anymore.
Yeah, it was fine. All prep, and then that one time I was like, "What the fuck?" I was super nervous.
You know how scary that is to bust your ass for all those months and then get a big ass bad shot.
Yeah, that's usually like a week out. I'll hit the lats. I won't even touch shoulders.
Man,
I'd be sketched to hit the lats, dude.
Last couple of bro, I shit you not. Last couple of shows I've done, I haven't pinned 2 weeks for the show. I didn't pin anything, like no test, no trend, no mask, no anything like that.
Yep.
That probably explains a lot, but still, I'm fucking scared. I remember when it happened to Boston. Boston had to pull out a show with his tricep. Nick Trigili was getting ready for nationals and had to pull out. Same thing with the tricep. Imagine knowing, oh fuck, I got this shit. I look my best ever, and then he just no, man. It happened to Janicki last year, but it was bad, but it wasn't like.
That's when Stu called it out. I remember Stu's video.
He
said he got a golf ball in his ass.
He knew. I like that he talked about it openly on his YouTube. Because he's more mainstream, And I thought maybe he would be like nervous, to talk about that because the kids are gonna be like, "What the fuck?" He was like, "Yeah, I got a bad shot on my ass. Look, fuck." And he's trying to massage it out and shit. And like, he didn't get offended. Like everybody was talking about it, but he's like, "Fuck, I'm just bodybuilding. Fuck it, happened." But yeah, I've seen way worse to the point that if it's to the point where you have to debate getting on stage, that fucking sucks, bro. That's horrible.
That happened to Dexter one time too. It was like his arm or his shoulder or something. Dexter Jackson.
Yeah, that was
Dexter, quote unquote, tweaked his bicep.
I did see that. He was like, "Oh, it's like a slight tear." We're like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
Uncle Dex, come on, Uncle Dex, come on, bro.
It wasn't the fucking windshield beat you stuck in there yesterday. No.
Yo, you guys saw when he was on the old school roundtable, old school podcast, and then Chris was like, "Oh, me, a lot of guys are shot up, but I was the least shot up guy back then." And Dexter was like, "Bro, you're the one who taught me how to do it. What are you talking about?" And
I love when they call each other out like that.
Well, I fucking love it because older guys, they love to downplay that shit. I was natural. I never did GH, never did insulin.
Well, like Ronnie Coleman was negative
Open guys are
3% body fat on his fat scans and shit.
Of course,
like they like those old stories. But
I mean, with all due respect to Ronnie, I don't even think
Ronnie, he said one time.
Is that what it was? 0.33?
Yeah, 0.33% body fat.
Yeah, and hey, I'm not talking shit. If he told me that face to face, I would agree and just nod along.
I would think the same shit, Felix. Oh damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, I was just about to say,
can't do that these days.
Yo, I was about to say when it comes to Ronnie, it's different because I don't think Ronnie's lying. I think Ronnie actually believed that. I think he either misread the test or somebody told him something. He misunderstood it.
Gave him an inaccurate test or something. That's what the test said. Yeah, buddy.
Bro.
Lightweight. Yeah.
When Ronnie is the only one that can say something outrageous and we all just go, "Yup."
Yeah.
Nobody corrects him.
Respect, bro. You're the king, dude.
Ronnie.
yeah, exactly. Ronnie gets a free pass.
He gets
always.
He was on he was on Patrick Bet-David podcast, and honestly, I think he was like high off painkillers, bro. If I'm being completely honest,
dude, I saw that. Yeah,
and he was just saying a bunch of random ass shit, and Patrick was like, "Yup," and we're all just sitting home like, "Yup, exactly, Ronnie."
Yeah,
we're like, Ronnie don't know what the fuck he's talking about, but it's okay. It's Ronnie. Keep going, Ronnie.
I agree with you though. I saw clips of that interview, and I thought the same thing. That he seemed a little, I don't know if sedated is the right word, but
you remember that part? It was that people started memeing it, and I started memeing it too. He's like, "Oh, basic stuff.
D-ball,
D-ball."
Oh, that was the
basic
huge
stuff.
test. Yeah, that was a huge meme.
Bro, that shit is hilarious. And then you see Patrick Bet-David over there just like agreeing with him,
Well,
and
but to be fair to Ronnie, on that level, when he says just your basic stuff like DECA, D-ball, whatever he said, I mean, they definitely weren't taking like peptides and designer shit that people do now. So on that level, he's right.
Like that's literally all they do down. It's like your off season, test DECA D-ball and as much growth hormone as you can throw at it. That's all they do. That's what Brent Warren has his clients.
It works.
DECA D-ball.
Yep.
Eat a lot.
I can't imagine taking DECA and D-ball right now. Like that was like my second cycle. I felt like never God then, but for me to do that now, I can't imagine the sock lines, dude. Like the amount of water, I wouldn't be able to sleep. My hands would hurt. Like there's no way.
Yeah, but until those side effects catch up to you, those first week of pumps are amazing.
There's zero chance I'm touching DECA.
You wouldn't like,
Huh?
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
DECA, there's zero chance of me ever touching DECA. D-ball, probably not neither. But
you ain't having any cheat meals either while you're on that.
No.
You blow up 8 pounds from a cheat meal.
You guys don't get like DECA dick from DECA?
I've never even used it.
Don't. Bro,
Yeah, I started the last couple of times. I don't want to use it ever again.
bro, Deca Dick, bro. It's because it's like, imagine being ready to go. I'm fucking ready. And if you're lucky, boom, you get it for like 1 second and it just completely dies out. And you're like, what the fuck? You can't even explain it. Like, oh, I'm tired. Oh, I fucking didn't sleep. Like, what the fuck?
And then the problem with it
right now at 6 weeks out.
right.
Mentally, I'm in the
It
game
shouldn't be
mentally.
happening in the off season, dude.
No,
but
fuck
like
no.
the problem is too, if you pull it out, it stays in your system. It's not like MPP where you
Exactly.
can pull it out and be like, all right, I removed the problem. It shouldn't take long.
Yeah,
That's sticking with you for a while.
yeah, you're
It's
on that
horrible.
ride for a bit.
And then the worst part, I'm actually hornier on the Deca, but I can't have sex basically. So imagine that. You know, you ready to go? Fuck it, let's go.
But were you taking tests with it?
Yeah, at that time I was taking. The last time I took it, I took like 400 Deca with probably 750 tests, and then I tried.
Okay.
Yeah, I tried at the time. I tried Caber. It worked. No, it didn't work at all. I mean, it it didn't really work. Then somebody told me to try Prammy, and Prammy kind of worked, but it made me so nauseous and like high that I couldn't do. I felt like throwing up. Then I
feel like that with Prammy. I've never used it. I've only used Caber.
Felt horrible, bro. I felt like really? I was getting all the bad side effects of being on like cocaine, but no good side effects.
Oh,
you know
that
sucks, dude. It's all bad.
Bummer.
Yeah, you know. So I was doing Prammy, Caber. I would pop Cialis, Viagra, get the fucking chest burn, get the fucking indigestion, the fucking nasal shit, and the dick still didn't work.
No shit. Wow. I've only ever heard of that being a problem when people don't have tests in their cycle with it. Like if you're doing just Deca with no test, then
or too high of Deca and not
exactly.
high of test.
That was my first cycle. 1 shot of Deca a week with no test.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna give you guys some previews here.
That's not a cycle.
I was 16, 17, so I'm definitely not a cycle.
I definitely totally forgot that Megan is there driving, and we're over here talking about.
Oh yeah. Hey, do you have any opinions on this, Megan?
Not at all.
I fucking completely forgot that.
No, we're good. You guys are doing great.
Completely forgot that. But yeah, guys, don't do Deca. If you want to try MPP, just in case shit goes south. You don't want those kind of problems in your life at all.
Don't be cheap. It's more expensive for MPP, but don't be cheap.
Don't be cheap. Bodybuilding is great. We all love bodybuilding, but some things are not worth the fucking trade off, bro. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
Not worth the free gear, baby.
Oh, speaking of that, anybody want some of this free Deca that somebody sent me? Dr. Deadlift?
I'll take it.
Fuck it.
Dr. Deadlift Deca. Hey, there goes your shout out, Dr. Deadlifts. Don't say I ain't doing that for you.
No. 6 weeks out, I'm giving it a shot. The open guys are on if y'all want any little previews.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, who's first call out?
Let's see.
So, I mean, they're just walking out right now. So this one, Quentin and Jewett are in this first walkout.
Who looks the best walking out?
Quint.
I mean, from
see how he
here,
stands out from the damn frame. I told you, your eyes are just drawn to the frame.
It's a little warped because Jewett's all the way on the side. My camera's warping it, but
Jewett, from what I can see.
Yeah.
Hey, Jordan, just stay like that for the next 30 minutes, please.
Yeah. my shoulder's burning right here. He looks pretty good.
No, he looks great. Is there a way we can watch this? Could we watch
was
this?
getting his what's his name? Dorian was helping him. No.
Yeah, Dorian started coaching him like a couple weeks ago. At first, he would just ask him questions, but
I can probably screen share.
Huh?
I bet I can screen share. Are they gonna ban me from the IFBB?
Don't do that.
Dustin, they're not gonna let Jordan do the fucking Chicago. They're gonna
yeah, I'm not gonna get in trouble.
This.
Cease and desist. Cancel the whole YouTube.
Yeah, they banned me for 2 years for the IFBB.
2 years suspension.
Go
No, but
Lee Priest.
They did
We were
that to one pro last year because he posed at a gym, right? That's not affiliated with the IFBB. Remember
do
that?
that,
Oh, I
bro.
remember that. I remember
Really?
that. Yeah.
Still,
Yeah, I've had offers for guest postings in different organizations. I feel like some people it could be an honest mistake where they just don't know that, you know?
yeah. Well, I'm not a pro yet, so send me the messages.
Yeah, I should have sent them your way, bro.
But what are you talking about? Quince. Yeah, Quint. He been working with Dorian because Dorian is like, hey man, I don't even know what your diet is. It's hard to help you if I don't know what's going on. So he kind of took the reins, which I think is smart. You know,
I didn't know that.
It's very difficult to coach yourself, especially when you're in the mind frame where you just had like such a bad taste in your mouth. Because now you're making moves off of emotion.
Bro, I'd be
Bodybuilding-
salty too. I'd be very
That's what I'm
salty
saying.
after 2 years, dude.
I'd be pissed. And he worked his ass off to the point that I couldn't even get him on the podcast in the offseason because he was so focused on his fucking offseason. You know what I'm saying? He was that was probably the hardest offseason I've ever seen somebody do. Like the guy was miserable. It was like he was on prep. He was more miserable in the offseason than he was on prep. You know what I'm saying? So imagine doing that. And then so I can't blame him, bro. I gotta be honest. I can't. It's okay to miss. You can miss with a coach and be like, fuck it. Let's run it back. But after 2 years, that big of a miss, I could see how you could just want to just go in a different direction. I can't blame him on that one, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's working with Dorian, and I think that's a very smart idea. So it can be factually based coaching, not emotionally led. That's why I don't think people should coach themselves to begin with.
You know, if I was Quentin, obviously what he's doing, working for him because he's comfortable with the Dorian and stuff. They have a relationship. But I myself would have been so curious at this point. Like, okay, what could Matt do in the next whatever weeks? And let's see how drastic it is. Let me see what he can actually do to fix whatever the hell happened. I would be curious
if it was you would have given him one more chance?
Just one more, just to see if like he cared enough to really make a change and what could he do. So it's like, okay, well shit, if he did this and now he's like kind of like owning up to his fuck ups or whatever, he's gonna obviously take this seriously because it really stood out that he fucked up. Yeah. So I just want to see what he could do, and then so you know what, I'll give him another shot since he did this with this little bit of time.
I disagree, man. I mean, this guy put in, like you said, this guy put in 2 years of work. It's like one of those things where if you didn't carry enough to fucking bring me in after 2 years and left me like that, like fuck, you're done. Like next.
That kind of brings up a point of my own. How many people do you think jump on with a coach and part of their reasoning is, well, I'll get more clout with this coach versus that coach? Like
I'm sure it's pretty prevalent.
You know, like imagine. I mean, when you jump in on with Matt Jansen or some of these other coaches that are like, everybody knows them, and it's like I could be an athlete like that, and I'm going to get put in front of all their following and this and that.
Yeah.
I wonder how much that weighs in on people's decisions too, which is sad, but
that's not.
You got to wonder.
Yeah. Well, and they you even have like Camp Jansen and team this, team that. Like people want to be on that team, in that group, whatever. And I think in this day and age of social media, a lot of people do prioritize that really high, and it's like that's just, you're just going to end up finding someone who's already made it, who has a big enough name to be found that way, and then you're not going to get that prime communication because you're not going to be their first priority. So that's not a good way to go about it. That's fucking sure.
Not at all, bro. I think if it's a supplement company, that's smart. I would rather sign. Yeah. Let's say if I was, I would rather sign with Animal or Hostile and get paid nothing, because I know me being on a page, working out with Sam Sulek and Samson Dowda is going to grow my brand. So now even when like Justin Shire, look how much Hostile helps his brand. So now he's not with them, but he's still reaping those benefits. That's long-term benefits. But with a coach, man, I don't
It's
I don't
different.
see that. I've never wanted to be part of a team as far as coaching.
Yeah.
Well, I am now, but it happened naturally, right? Because
Right.
we're all with Compton, right? But it happened naturally, and it happened for the right reasons because Compton is a good guy. So people who work with him are usually good guys, and we get
Right.
along, at that level.
But
it wasn't
he's
like
also one of those coaches that he's putting effort into everybody. You can tell.
Yeah, he does.
Exactly.
He does.
100%. But it wasn't like, yo, Joe and Paul are so popular and cool. I want to be with them so I can get clout. It's not.
Yeah.
Even though it worked out that we're getting clout together just because
Yeah.
people kind of like what we do together, but it should
Right.
happen naturally, right? Dallas and Matt didn't
Right.
plan it out. We want to be this duo, fucking bodybuilding duo.
Yeah.
It's just cool, and then it happened.
Exactly. Like I found, and it's funny, ironically, if I'm talking like this, I did find Austin on social media. Like I just came across him, I think even on Facebook back in like 2020. And he was just putting out tons of free content, like free Q&A YouTube videos, all that. And so I like, he obviously had the smarts and everything. And then I saw videos of him training in his fucking ghetto ass barn, and he's just training like a madman. And it's like, okay, I like this, but like I found it, like you said, naturally.
100%.
It wasn't
Felix,
like
who's your coach? Austin who?
Austin Stout.
Okay.
I want to go follow him now. But yeah. The mindset to be let us create something, not follow the trends. When Dallas got with Matt, nobody knew who Matt was. It wasn't like, ooh, I want to be part of this cool thing. No, let's be the cool people. Let's you know what I'm saying? So grow with your coach. So instead of saying, well, Hani has fucking 20 USA champions, I want to be number 21. I'm looking at it like, I want to build this with Justin. Justin already won it with Joe. I want to give Justin his next one.
Yeah,
well, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm in the same spot with Chris, because like he's never had someone at my level before, and I still trust him, and I know that he has the knowledge to take me further and further and further, because it's only worked better and better. But that's like that. It's the loyalty, and it's not that Chris was a well-known coach prior to me going with him, but I took a chance on a coach and I stuck with him, and we went from the ground up. Did a full 1.5 year off season together, and then won USA's, and then 2 years off to pro debut. Like I'll never switch coaches unless he just is done coaching. And
that's what I've always
want to help me.
That's how you actually become a good coach and a good athlete. But people look at it wrong. 5 years from now, and everybody's gonna be hiring Boss of Outlaw. Like, I want to be part of what they did,
bro. Dude, it's a fad right now. I mean, he's a great coach. I think he's a great coach. I really love what he's doing, but people are jumping on that bandwagon.
But it's backwards, because these people did it for the right reasons. They did it because Martin was friends with Nathan. Nathan was friends with Urs. Urs was friends. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, this guy's really good. Nobody knows him, but trust me. And they talk to him. So they did it for the right reasons. So now that they did it for the right reasons,
it is the right reasons.
So it's only working because they did it for the right reasons. Now everybody else looking thinks it's working because it's the fad, but it's the fad now. So don't be part of that fad. That's already done. Now you go find somebody in your area with your friends that is that guy that is the best, but maybe people don't know that about him.
Now I will say this: don't just find the local coach because he's local. That drives me nuts. Because you got some of these people that I'll talk to on social media, and they're like, well, I need a local guy. It's like, no, you don't.
No.
Because sometimes the local guy that knows more about bodybuilding than anybody else in your town actually knows nothing about bodybuilding.
I agree.
You live in the boonies.
You live in bumfuck.
Some people,
so that doesn't always apply.
This is a conversation I have a lot, sometimes with my own clients. I think some clients and some people believe that your coach needs to see you in person often, and I completely disagree with that. I think it's great if at some point they can see you to know what you actually look like in person. But like a good coach like Compton, once he can see you once and he gets it. He saw me in person maybe like a month ago, and he got it. Okay, this is what that looks like on picture. And he already knows that. He doesn't have to see me every week in person to understand how I actually look. You know what I'm saying?
He knows. Want to hear the first call out?
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
please.
I'm not trying to interrupt, but I know
no,
you
go
guys
ahead.
were waiting on this. All right, we got Akeem, Jewett, Budasheim, Quentin, Hassan, and Robin Strand.
Oh,
Robin,
Whoa, good for
Robin got
man.
the first call out, dude.
you gotta
Yeah,
love
calls.
Robin, bro.
Peeled,
You gotta
bro.
love Robin.
Peeled.
Yo, he's the consummate professional. He always brings it. Genetically, obviously, he's not as blessed. Huh? What's that?
They just moved him inside Hassan too.
Boom.
Oh, Hassan.
How does he look though? I mean, he looks very big on stage, right?
That's the
Like Mass
thing.
Monster big.
People don't
Hassan's
realize
not in
that.
shape, bro. Hassan's not in shape. His midsection is
Guys.
washed.
I mean,
He looks.
I'll
I mean,
take that
not.
one.
He's borderline fat in his midsection. I will tell you that.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
We just talked about that structural size. Robin isn't as densely packed of muscle, obviously, like Hassan. I don't think anybody is.
Yeah,
But-
no one is. Not as densely packed with fat either.
Yeah, just talked about.
You got Akeem and Quentin in the middle.
We talked about structural size earlier, and Quentin looks bigger right now than Akeem, just structurally, like from where we're looking at. Obviously, he's not, but structural size can play a big role. Now,
Jewett. I mean, I'm sorry, bro. Next to Akeem and Quentin, Jewett is the odd man out. He just did. He looks kind of. It's a hard matchup. It depends on the matchup. Depends on who's in the lineup, bro. You got different people in the lineup. If you're the odd man out, sometimes it doesn't play in your favor.
Are they just making him look a little blocky or what?
I
short,
mean,
probably.
Yeah, just short, dude. Like,
yeah,
he's got a whole. They both got a whole head on him, and then
how tall is Akeem? What's Akeem? 5'11"?
No,
he's probably 5'10", 5'11", I would say.
No, he's not even close. He's like 5'8.5". Yeah,
because he
but
looks
keep in
way
mind,
taller than John.
Yeah, keep in mind everybody lies about their height, so it starts to scale down. But Akeem is no taller than 5'8.5".
What? Jesus.
I'm 5'11". I have a picture with Akeem like this.
That's crazy, bro.
He's not.
Yeah.
Well, then is Quentin really 6'2"? Because Quentin,
that's what I was
compared
going to
to
say. I saw him
Akeem,
next to Akeem.
looks
He didn't
like
look much taller.
Quentin is probably 6'1". He did a show against my boy Henry Jackson. Henry Jackson is a legit 6'2". Like, he doesn't lie about his height. He's 100% 6'2", and he's taller than Quentin for sure. So that's the thing. When everybody lies, then you can't get a game.
I know,
right?
dude.
Because
they lie up and down. They lie up and down. Because it's like they want to be taller sometimes, but then when you're talking about how heavy you got, well, it sounds better if I go an inch down because I was 300 pounds, 5'9", you know, when I'm really like 5'9" and a half.
We could
9 3/4.
We could actually make if men would be honest about their dishonesty, we could actually do a big study and see, do you lie about your height going up or going down? And then we find at what height it switches. So like what height you guys start saying they're shorter.
And what sport too? Because when I played basketball, of course I'm gonna go up. So in high school I was 5'8". There's zero chance I'm going to tell people I'm 5'8" if I'm playing basketball. So I was 5'10", easy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, true.
But you know what? Now that Jordan says it, I think I'm going to start saying 5'10". Because imagine I come out on USA's, everybody thinks I'm 5'10". They're going to be like, holy fuck. This guy is big as fuck. Like, look, you know, the biggest 5'10" I've ever seen in my life, right? So I might as well go down.
That's why Eric Konevsky came up with that scale and height thing.
He did.
Because people lie all the time, and that's why he called them out. People get mad because they know they lied.
They lie so much though. Some people. There was this wrestler, right? I think he added like 3 inches. Like it's so ridiculous. Wrestlers do that though, because they inflate everything.
Oh yeah.
They used to tell us crazy shit. But they used to be like Chris Benoit was like 6'2", 250. I met Chris Benoit, bro. He was like 5'8".
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what are you talking about? 6'5".
Yeah.
It's not even in the ball field. He was like Eddie Guerrero's height. Remember? They were like the same height. How the fuck? How are you 6'2"? Eddie Guerrero's like 5'9". Like, that makes sense.
Well, once you're familiar with bodybuilding, because like I
be right back, guys.
Yeah,
I watched WWE when I was like a teenager, and then like I was still watching it as I got into bodybuilding. So like,
no way.
There came a point where it was like they announce them, coming to the stage and they'd announce their height and weight, or they'd show it on the screen or whatever, and I'd start to go like, "There's
Zero
a fucking
chance.
way you actually weigh that at that height." Like,
100%.
one of these is a lie.
It'll be like John Cena, 6'2", 260, and you're like,
right?
I don't know. That's a bit much. I don't know.
No.
Dexter used to be like that when they put him off the screen on the Olympia. They'd be like 255 at 5'7".
Bro, I shit you not. I just saw a video. It went up from Flex YouTube, of like Flex Magazine YouTube channel. It was like a short, and it was like Rolly Winkler at whatever show at 280, and then he comes out, it's like 280. I'm like, bro, he's not even 280 in the offseason. What are you talking about, bro?
Yeah.
Like, Rolly is like 5'7". He's big as fuck, but 280 on stage, bro. Like, what the fuck are we talking about, bro?
Yeah,
like,
that's crazy.
It's so. I swear, Dexter won the Olympia at like 226, 228.
Yeah,
and it's like 250. And it's like I've asked Dexter his weight in the off season, and he was 250, and that was the biggest I've ever seen him look. And I thought about 250. Like, so on stage, let's be real, maybe 225 to 230 max, if that.
Yeah.
Bonak keeps it a buck. Bonak says like what 223, 223 ish. I think Bonak is bigger than. I think Bonak in his prime was quite a bit bigger than Dexter, right? At least visually.
Oh, yeah.
Visually, So you can't believe these heights. All right, where the fuck? How did we end up all the way over there?
Oh no, we need Jordan. We need Jordan back to give us.
Yeah, with the
playback.
Hey,
want some playback.
I'm back.
On who's the best BB?
Uh-oh.
John Jewett's videos on there.
Damn, motherfucker's quick.
I think in the end of the first call out, they had Jewett and Akeem in the middle. They moved Quentin out.
Yeah.
Okay, well, good, because earlier I was about to say Jewett is making me sound bad because I said the opposite. I said he's gonna make them.
When they turned around, honestly, I thought Jewett made Akeem look kind of narrow and not as full from the back and a little soft. Like Jewett's lats come way lower. He looks more filled out from the back. And you know how Akeem has that long midsection that comes into the high lats.
Yeah.
So I think just from the back, John definitely, once they moved him and I wasn't focused on Quentin and Akeem in the middle, I think I see where John could beat him.
This video obviously doesn't capture his full condition because I literally just saw him post.
Good, bro.
I literally just saw him post a picture where his chest was striated from his collarbone all the way to his nipple. So this video is not going to do the condition justice, but he's peeled. Just trust me, he's peeled.
Trust me, he's not.
Yeah, he's not, bro. His midsection, man.
I do trust
you.
you.
8 weeks out there. Maybe 6 weeks out. I'm so proud of him, man.
Nah, you know what though? I
feel bad for him, dude.
I do. Yeah.
Look, I feel bad, and I'm not talking shit. Obviously, I've never met Hassan, so no ill will. But when you're that far off the mark, I'm sorry, but I do think I'm going to question your willpower. At this point, we got to question if you can just not stick to a hard diet. Because it's
bro, there's more people like that than you freaking realize.
Well, because that's Jordan, you and I are both leaner than that right now.
I know. And it sucked getting this lean, bro. It already sucked at 10 weeks out. I was freaking dying. But I got there early, so then I can let off the gas a little bit and feed back up, and now my metabolism's moving. Don't wait till the last minute.
Here's the thing, though, bro.
Do you think he's spilled over, or do you think he has more way to go?
No,
he has more to go.
He's just got a ton of fat left. Look at his hamstrings, bro.
Yeah,
dude, Robin's in the top 4.
Oh, awesome. Wow.
They got a final call out,
man.
That's good.
We got to get on that
pretty impressive, dude.
Podcast.
They got 2 Canadian boys in this call out.
Okay, but to go back to what Felix said, I get what Felix is saying, and I agree 98% of the time. But I do think there's people, like I know Akeem is one of these people, that they kill themselves and they don't get in shape. Now, that being said, Akeem gets in way better shape than this. So,
Yeah,
you know,
but
that's why you do have to question a little bit, you know.
No,
but I
but
also think
for Hassan, that ain't the case because when he was with AJ, bro, he was fucking ripped.
You're right. No,
You know what I mean?
that
So
goes,
it's not
it goes out
that.
the
That's not the
window.
problem.
He's right.
And
He's right.
sometimes it's not about killing yourself to get in shape. Sometimes killing yourself to get in shape
Is
is
why you're
only
not in shape.
counterproductive
100%.
because you're too fatigued. Your body's not going to let it go.
Dorian said that on the podcast. He was like, the harder he, something along these lines. I don't want to butcher it, but the harder he pushed Akeem, I mean Hassan, like the more his body fought back. Like he looked worse. And
Yeah.
Chris Aceto, remember he was giving him no food and like 3 hours of cardio, and he wasn't getting in shape. And Chris literally said, I've never heard Chris say that. I don't know what to do with this guy, literally. And Hassan left him, but Chris was just being honest, like, motherfucker, I don't know. Like, either if you're not cheating and you're not fucking off, I can't get you in shape. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to find somebody else. I think it takes a real man to admit that because you don't want to kill the guy. I already gave him 10 Lasix and fucking 0 carbs. I'm not gonna kill this man I'm not gonna kill this man for a show. So at that point, I would probably say the same shit. I've told people that I've given people the Compton, like, bro, I can't do it. One of the guys he made the Olympia in Classic. I was like, I'm not coaching you for the Olympia. I'm sorry. At the time, it was like 4 or 5 years ago. I'm like, I'm not coaching for no Olympia. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah. Talk about an opportunity, but it's like that's just not. There's certain things that are appropriate and not, bro. There was one guy that had me prepping for nationals one year, and I was pushing back at him. I was like, "Look, are you sure you don't want a guy that's I've never prepped somebody for nationals before?" Like, but I brought him in his best look ever. But then he was complaining that he was flat because he didn't have his full flight of pancakes for his show day. Literally.
If you can't confidently tell somebody, listen, if you follow me 100%, I will bring you at your best, then you got to be honest with them. And I feel like Aceto at that point was not confident to say that. So the fair thing to say would be that, right? Same thing. Yeah. At that point in my coaching career, I wasn't ready to coach anybody at the Olympia level. And I knew that I wasn't even going to risk that, so I'm okay. Go to Compton, bro.
I don't think I would right now either. I mean, this was 2021 when I coached this guy. But
only if I had you very early on in your local career, and every time we nailed it up. Yeah, and we nailed it every time 100%, then I would do it. You know,
right.
But it's kind of risky. But anyways, back to we talking about Hassan, right? Yeah, okay. So yeah, I agree 99% of the time. But then there's people like Akeem who have to kill himself. And but like I said,
I think Akeem is different because I think Akeem is more of like almost a skin texture or skin thickness issue. He's
not fat.
Most of the time, he's not fat. He's
never been fat.
He holds water in that thick skin or something. But yeah, guys, you know who Hassan reminds me of? Hassan reminds me of Lionel Biecki, where like it's not that he's holding water. It's not that he's got thick skin. He's 6 weeks out in some of these shows. And I don't know. I just, like you said, when Chris Aceto said, like, if you're following the plan, then I don't know what to do. It's like, I guess I'm just fucking cynical where I question that if with a lot of these guys, because it's like, you got to, we're not talking about the last pound or two here. We're talking about 10 more pounds.
No. If I'm being honest, like you're right. There might be 1% chance of that being the case, but let's be real. Yeah. What's more likely? 1% or 99?
Right. Well, and if it is the 1%, at that point, I mean, not to be hyperbolic, I would start looking into more blood work type stuff than just cardio or diet adjustments.
Blood work, GI map.
Yeah,
like I know multiple guys that couldn't get in shape and they had GI maps done. And there was all kinds of stuff wrecked. That was also wrecking their hormones.
Yep. Well, it's why I could never, up until North Americans, I could never fill out for a show because of my digestive issues that we had to figure out, my body just, when I got down that low, it just wouldn't absorb any of the nutrients. So I would just try to eat all these carbs for peak week, like for USA's 2021, and it would just go right through me. So sometimes there is a legit issue, but with these guys that are this far off every time, if they're really following the plan and they're really killing themselves to get there, and this is as close as they can get, I would look into more serious issues,
Yeah.
But or maybe he's just eating cookies at night because it's hard. I don't fucking know.
There was one time. This is something that's kind of like a gray area, I guess. Their life around bodybuilding, right? So when I talk about that show, the California 22, the hardest prep I ever did, there was a lot happening during that prep in the background outside of bodybuilding. It was heavily stressful. And I remember there was actually a point where I have no reason to lie. I did everything to the T. Everything Justin asked me, everything on time, whatever. And my body was still holding. And then there was 1 week where something happened, where complete shift in my life. All the stress went away. And I remember checking in that Monday. He wanted me to check in Friday. And I lost like 5 pounds. Boom. All these lines came out, all this stuff. But that dynamic in the background completely changed. And I was stress-free.
So I experienced that exact same thing this prep, actually.
See, but so that, and it's not, you're doing everything and busting your ass.
Yeah, I never miss, bro. I'm like, I have no reason to lie ever, but I never miss, not a single beat, not a single box. And it was just like too much going on in my life all at once. And I was letting the stress get to my head. Now, there was also a stress of scale weight, which I've now learned to take my own advice on, because I literally grew through a good part of this prep on really, really low food. And I was stressed as hell that I wasn't like seeing weight drop. But then we compared pictures and it was like, damn, I look 5 pounds lighter. But that stress plus added life stress, everything was stalling. And then once that fell off, bro, my body's like ripping.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's crazy. There is a stress aspect to it, dude. Cortisol.
That's why I want to bring it up.
Screw your prep, bro.
So also, it doesn't have to be as extreme as it may seem, right? It doesn't have to be like the coach is giving you 2 hours of cardio and you're doing 30 minutes and having cheat meals. It doesn't have to be that extreme. But I know for me, the last time I worked with Compton before this time, I would do small things that I didn't think was a big deal. But for my body, I know now following it 100% is a huge deal. And let's say Compton is like, what he'll do for me sometimes is he'll be like, huh? Oh, he'll be like,
sorry.
Today we're having a high day, which for me is like a low day for most people, right? So he'll be like, let's say 25 ounces of rice for the day, extra to whatever you have already. And then I'll go 25 ounces of rice. Let's see, that's like 200 carbs. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go have 200 grams of Fruit Loops.
Oh yeah, so macro man.
That ain't the same.
Yeah, so as carbs, I'm gonna just load that bitch up before the workout, right? In my head, I'm like, same difference, same amount of food, right? Okay, last meal, fish and asparagus. Fuck, I don't want fish and asparagus. I know what I'll do. I got that protein bar and that pack of protein chips. It's what? Let me see. Okay, it's 20 grams of protein, no carbs. Perfect. Protein chips. Fucking protein bar, right? That it seems like innocent things, right? But for my body, it made a huge difference. Or even just something that maybe your coach won't be able to catch because they don't work out with you every day. I was grossly overtraining to the point that now the way I train now is so ridiculous in comparison that I'm like, I don't even know how I was able to bodybuild at all. Like right now, if I do six hard working sets, bro, I'm dead. I'm like, fuck, that was crazy. Back then, I would do more. As I got leaner and prep, I'm like, I want to burn more calories. This is the logic I was thinking. Thinking that I should train with more working sets to failure, which is doing the complete opposite. You're just building fatigue. You're on less food. especially if I'm eating 50 grams of carbs a day. I can't recover from that. And now I'm doing more volume, and I'm like, why do I feel so shit? But I can't be a pussy. Keep training harder. So now not doing that and just training enough that I can recover, I don't hold as much water. I look fuller, not flat. I look fuller and I look drier, at a much heavier weight.
You cannot burn fat in a fatigue hole, and you'll dig yourself a deeper and deeper fatigue hole as you train like that. 100%. So like it's good that I've had to learn that too, of when to say, okay, like I'm listening to my body, my CNS is shot after that set of squats. Like this next set I planned on would not be productive at all. Like, we have to be smart.
Check this out, right? So I've been trying to bring up my legs and back for the last 5 years, right? If you compare my legs and back from last year to this year, it's incomparable, right? What I used to do is, okay, prep starts. I'm getting deeper in prep. Let me do more volume for my legs and back so I can keep it fuller. And then they would literally shrink. By the time I hit stage, no legs, no back. This time, it was the opposite. So two things happened. I had a little strain in my lower back. Stopped deadlifting, which for me builds a lot of fatigue when I deadlift. Stop deadlifting. My back got better. I fucking injured my knee, right? So now I had to pull back and even less volume, literally like 4 to 5 working sets for quads. My legs got bigger in prep. So think about it. I pulled back on volume in prep, and my weaker body parts improved. Rather than the path, I would try to do more in a deficit and literally go backwards. So these are things that might sound obvious to some of y'all right now, but when I'm in the frame that I want to win, I think I'm doing something to improve myself where I was doing the complete opposite, right?
Yeah,
so I think we all deal with that.
You live and you learn, So now I'm learning, and I'm this is the best I've looked by far. And
something
that's like they're saying more is not always better,
No. And I always wanted to do more, bro. I think all of us are like that to a point, though, right? Realistically, like it goes through your mind. You have to fight it off. Like Jordan just said about the weight. Fuck it. I'm not losing weight, but I'm getting better. Let it go. Don't try to do extra cardio to drop weight. None of that bullshit, So
right.
Yeah.
That's those games is the exact reason why, even though I have coached people in the past and I can coach people, I know enough. Obviously, I think we all do at this point. I would never coach myself because those games I would play with myself would drive me nuts. That would drive me insane of like justifying it and then thinking like, is it justified or am I just being a pussy with myself? Like,
exactly.
fuck that. I'd rather just have someone tell me. And that's like half of what Austin has to do is like at the beginning of this prep, Jordan and I were talking because he fucked his back up, and I was saying I had a one shot at the beginning of this prep, and Austin had to literally tell me like, dude, you need to pull back a little. Like we're getting in a deficit now. You're the one who's going this hard when you don't have to for this long. So I think a lot of us have coaches just to put that governor on for us because we are to go.
We all
I was just going to say, there's a reason we got here in the first place, and it's because of that edge we have in the gym, that little bit of psychopath in our heads that tells us we've got to bury ourselves every set. And we wouldn't be here if we didn't have that edge because we train like a pussy. But the thing is like in our heads, we think that you're backing off. Oh, you're not doing what you need to do. But really, you're exactly right, Felix. You need that voice of reason when you still have that edge to tell you when it's time to pull back, because otherwise you will bury yourself or end up injured. Your body is fragile, whether we want to admit it or not. When you're depleted, bro, the way me and you are right now, Felix, like we could get injured so easily.
Oh,
like you have to be mindful.
You'll hear like a Lee Priest say it, yo, you guys have all this knowledge. Why not just coach yourselves? I get what he's saying. He's completely right. Every one of us here have way more than enough knowledge to coach ourselves, right? That's not the point.
100%.
It's being subjective or objective, whichever the correct term.
Not only that, can you imagine like the stress? Like we talk about stress and cortisol. Can you imagine the
Bro,
stress and cortisol
exactly.
having to make
Exactly.
certain decisions you're fucking teeter-tottering
Bro.
with? Like, should
It
I? Shouldn't I?
relates
Should I?
directly
Shouldn't
to
I?
that. Right.
Imagine this. I'm at the Cal last year, and I'm prepping myself and my client. It's like 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. He pulled up to my room, take a look at me. I don't want to fucking take a look at you. I'm trying to survive, motherfucker. I gotta take a look at myself, motherfucker. So I'm there like, oh yeah, you look good. Take half a Lasix. The motherfucker cramped up on stage. He didn't need the fucking Lasix, you know. But that's what happens. You become, like Ian said about Bumstead, you're becoming a worse athlete, and your client is becoming a worse athlete because you're trying to do too much shit in one. You know,
Yeah.
So, and then now in hindsight, I feel like an idiot, like, you know, going to Joe and Paul, like, yeah, I'm coaching myself, and I can see the look on their face, like, maybe you should work with Compton. No, now I feel the same way when I see people at the gym. Yeah, I'm coaching myself, and I'm looking at them like, please don't, please, refrain if you can. You know? It's like it sounds like a good idea in the moment, but you look crazy as hell to everybody else, like fucking doing all this shit trying to. You know what you're doing, but you can't do it for yourself. If you're a therapist,
There's a select few. Jewett can do it.
Jewett can do it.
There's a select few, and there's a few people I know that aren't like quite at that level, but they coach themselves with like a second eye, or they'll ask a couple very trustworthy people. But they have to be very objective people. They can't be back and forth in their heads like I know I am every day about myself. I can't take my own advice.
The most important thing you said, though, the eye. Who's that guy that keeps the eye on Jewett? His business partner. The guy he does
Luke?
I think it's Luke. Yeah,
Luke Miller. I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
I think it's Luke Miller. So
Nice.
I don't know if that's. I didn't know you used him for that.
Well, on the podcast, I know he'll share photos with him and shit like that, and he has other friends he does that with. But I think that's important that, okay, yes, he's coaching himself and he's making the right call, but he also does have people to bounce it off of, right? Compton coached himself as well. But Hani was there if he wanted to ask him a question, which he really didn't. But Compton also admits that he thinks he would have peaked better with a coach. You know, he just was too at the time was too anal, I guess, to let a coach do it. And he had I think he had a bad experience 1 year with a coach, whatever. He did. I mean, he went to a very high level, but I think that's more so because Compton is just very genetically blessed. I don't think coaching himself made him better. I just think he was so good that he was going to be a top Olympian, regardless.
Yeah.
Like
anyway,
because Compton was never actually 100% peaked. He was just so good that he probably should have won that Arnold Classic, anyways. You know, but he could have been. I saw his midsection was a little washed out, which I know it could be tighter because I've seen it tighter. I think he could have been drier from the front, and then he would have for sure beat Dexter and Branch if he was. If he worked with, I don't want to say Hani, but if he worked with somebody, he probably would have won a couple of Arnolds, if I'm being honest.
Dude, that was one of my favorite physiques of all time. He just had something different about his physique. It's just so well put together, bro.
It was ridiculous.
Just freaky, but pretty. It was wild.
Yeah.
You know, I used to say he looked like Dennis Wolf and Phil Heath had a baby.
Dude, yeah, I never thought about it that way. That's a perfect example.
I was actually going to say it's funny you said Dennis Wolf. Out of all these guys that have had bad coaching experience and just got on to coach themselves,
he did.
He's like the only one I can think of that actually
got better,
dropped his coach and did better just doing it himself.
Dude, he was talking to me about that.
That's crazy.
I was talking with Dennis about that.
Dennis Wolf.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, me and Stu were actually talking to him about it, and he was telling us all these horror stories about certain coaches mixing something up. All right, drink this. What is it? I'll just drink it right before the show.
Oh, hell
just
no.
like crazy stuff, dude. That just some of the stuff he told me, I'm like, man, I wouldn't trust a coach ever again. No way.
No.
Talk about Quentin not trusting the coach. Some of the stories he told me, I was like, wow, no wonder you went on your own, dude. I don't blame you.
Yeah. Well, he said publicly one coach fucked him up. I guess I don't want to say it because I don't want to bring more attention back to it.
We won't name names.
Yeah, you already have shit to cut out.
Yeah, too much editing.
Bro, there's a good 25 minutes out of this.
That's if he remembers to cut it out.
Hopefully, if I don't, I'm gonna have to send it to y'all to make sure I got all the bits out. But yeah, what I was gonna say, we was talking about the self coaching. Yeah, but Dennis, it seemed like people like him, his body is very simple in some ways. Like the simpler the things go, the better he looks. When you start trying to do a bunch of shit, his body goes to shit. Kind of like Ian. Ian was the same way. So he said he stopped depleting and he stopped carbing up because he would look so good 3-4 weeks out. He would just do nothing different. He wouldn't add any drugs. He wouldn't take away any drugs. He wouldn't cut GH. He wouldn't add insulin. Motherfucker, I look like the winner 4 weeks out, so I'm just gonna stay the winner for the next 4 weeks. And it literally worked. No deplete, no carb up. He's eating his regular meals with his regular whatever 4 low days, 1 high day, all the way into the show. And he literally got better.
That's pretty much what Dorian Yates did too. He said he was always ready around 5 to 6 weeks out, and just let his body kind of get fed back up a little bit, and then walk on stage like that.
Yeah. He also said he would take nothing that holds water, like the entire prep. So like 12 weeks out, there would be no like DECA, no like high tests, no debo, no anything. So it's easier to track your condition when you have nothing changing your look. So he would just come in. Literally, he would be fat 12 weeks out. 6 weeks out, he was ready, and then he would coast in, which is wild. But that's Dorian for you. All right, let's see if they posted. If they posted anything though.
Yeah, Jordan, who is that top 4 call out? Jewett, Akeem, Strand, and who else?
Quentin.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, those 4.
Damn, I wanted Nate Spear. Okay.
Yeah. I was looking for Nate Spears too up there. He looks good, man.
He's definitely fuller. I don't think these pictures are capturing their condition.
No, but, I mean, I think
Hakeem looks like he's really lean, bro.
Yeah. But I think Quentin's also about 3 steps closer to the cameras.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
let's see.
Akeem looks good.
See,
the way I was seeing it on the bits and pieces I caught from the stream, it almost looked like they were leaning towards Jewett or Akeem, but I'm not sure. I didn't really watch the final call out. I was distracted. But
this is where height and structural size comes in handy, as long as you're not super flat. Because it looks like Quint is not known for having a good back, but it looks like his back is actually he's beating Akeem in the back shots here.
He does. Because he's so thicker in the upper back.
And he's wider, structurally bigger. I don't know if he actually has more muscle on his back than Akeem, but it looks like it because he's a bigger guy.
Yeah, it is. Those pictures are blowing my mind at how much taller Quint is than Akeem. I did not think they were that different.
Well,
because Akeem's almost closer to Jewett, bro.
Yeah.
Almost closer to Jewett's height.
I really thought Akeem was like 5'11".
I think he says 5'10", so he's probably the shortest 5'10"er in the yeah, because he's definitely more Jewett than Quint. Yeah, but I mean, Quint looks good, man. I gotta be honest with you. Akeem is sharper.
Definitely better than New York. 100%.
Akeem is definitely sharper in the side leg and glutes, but Akeem probably has the best side leg in the whole. whole shit.
And he was sharper and bigger in the side leg, much bigger in the side leg.
Who you got?
Akeem, John, and Quint.
Hey man, I my own bias, I want Quint to win personally.
But yeah, I mean, I love Quentin. He's awesome, but I don't think he's got this one. We'll see. I mean, who knows? Finals is
Well,
different as Akeem comes in prejudging versus finals. He may not come in looking like this, you know?
no.
Yeah,
Well, Quint,
but Akeem usually comes in better at night.
Better
he
at
does.
night,
He
yeah.
does. Quite a bit better. Quint is winning from the back. Akeem is winning from the side. Who's winning from the front? It's hard to tell from
Can't
these.
tell based on these pictures.
Yeah, it's hard.
These
with
pictures ain't.
I'm just wondering if Quint is still a little too small for Akeem.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely fuller, but I mean, Akeem is just so thick.
I don't think I can make a prediction that I'm confident in from this picture, from these pictures. So I have to use like what I think they look like based off the pictures.
Yeah.
And if I go by that, I think it's very close. Like I said, Quint looked like he's winning from behind. Akeem is winning from the side. From the
You
front,
think that's 1 and 2 though? You don't think Jewett?
I think that is 1 and 2. It's just weird how they did the judging where they pulled. It seemed like they pulled Jewett once in the first call out and then once in the second or final call out, but I think they were leaning towards Quint. I think it'd be Akeem, Quint, and Jewett.
Interesting.
It just looks like they're just too pretty. They're pretty.
They're a better matchup versus Jewett, like I said before, is kind of the odd man out in this call out.
Go to BOYZ and tries, baby.
By the tries, okay. Yeah. So before the podcast started, I was talking about Jewett and I said he was the odd man out, but I said it as a positive. I said he's the odd man out, so he's gonna make them look bad by how sharp he's gonna be. But
yeah,
I didn't
he's
think
not
about
sharper than Akeem from these. He said go to BOYZ and tries. There's some good shots there.
Yeah, some front shots.
In that front most muscular shot, Akeem looks just as sharp or sharper.
Yeah, he looks sharp. He looks sharper.
Then there's zero chance you're gonna win if your strong point is being beat by the guy who we thought was gonna be his weak point, right?
It's just in the shape in the legs is so much better on Quentin and Akeem compared to John has these giant adductors but no quad sweep.
Yeah. Look at Robin, man. Robin looks good. I like it.
So proud of Robin.
I was surprised to see Robin look so good.
Yeah, he carries himself so well as conditioned as he gets. Like he looks like he's full of life.
He gets field.
Robin is like a solid guy. Like, you know, when we talk about like a man's man, like this is what I want my son to be like. You know, like Robin is like, we talk about Evan. Evan is like the ultimate in that, right? I think Robin is working his way up. I think Robin is like, that's who you want your son to be like. The way he conducts himself, just you know, across the boards. You know, I like that guy. But Quinn actually looks really big.
Look at the back shots though. That's where I feel like John beats Akeem.
That's a good front double on John though.
It is.
No, that's not. Yeah, he has a great front double.
I like that vacuum.
See there, like he fills in so much space from the back that Akeem doesn't.
I mean, he's also dug the fuck out in his glutes and hams.
And his back lat, honestly, his back lat looks better than Akeem's.
I'm still standing with Akeem, and then Quint. I still think it's going to be in that order.
Oh, Quint getting pushed out the fucking pose. He better fight for that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. From the front, Akeem actually looks harder, if I'm being honest. From the back, John is just dug the fuck out. Mm-hmm. So is Robin. Damn, man, Hassan.
It's tough, bro. Man. This is a tough call.
Bro, with all due respect, compare this area to this area. That's crazy. Like, that's not. I don't even think John Jewett looked like that in offseason.
No, John stayed he stayed so lean all offseason. It was wild.
That side leg is beating everybody again. Field.
I'm looking at these pictures here. I think it's a battle for second. I think Akeem's got it easy, and I think it's going to be They damn near need a two-person call-out between Quint and John, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
I can see that.
I think Akeem's got it. He's hard enough. And he's still gonna make Quint look a little small. And the only thing John really had on him was condition. So you take that away.
Do you think there's anything Quentin could have done here to beat Akeem?
Again, disclaimer: I'm not in person, and we're working off not the best pictures. But just in my opinion, I think Quint just needs more size, and that's always going to be it for him. Like, he looks like he peaked pretty good here from what I can see. Obviously much better than New York, but yeah, he looks pretty good. But at that height, that takes so much muscle to fill out, especially if you're standing next to a guy like Akeem, who's known for being so muscular. Like,
we kind of just
think
talked.
Quint needs more time to cook.
Yeah, give him time. We talked about this earlier, right? The bigger frame guys, like, it's always, even with a Regan, right? Like, Regan literally added 40 pounds of tissue from his first show, and it's still like a little bit more. And people, we're not saying that to be rude or greedy or ask for too much. Just looking at you, it looks like you do need more muscle, you know. Right. So it's like you're gonna say, well, but I'm 270, and it's like, with all due respect, it doesn't fucking matter if you're 270. It just doesn't make any difference. You gotta, if you need more muscle, you need more muscle. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I always tell people that the judges don't sit there with a scale or a body fat caliper test. Like they look at if you look lean and if you look big. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
So like, if you're shredded, peeled, your skin is paper thin, but you have no separation, they don't know that. They don't have a caliper to stretch your skin and see. They just know the conditioning. So they're looking at your bubbly size, and if you're dense and hard and big enough, they don't care how much you weigh.
Right.
No, everybody, bro, there's guys that can be huge, and they like, it's like, how the hell do you weigh? You look 20 pounds heavier than you are.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, it's also, I think a lot of guys, like a lot of fans, and maybe more casual fans, they see the silhouette, they see the structure, and especially if they like more the old school bodybuilding look, the smaller waist, the more aesthetic, classic bodybuilder. Their eyes always go to someone like Quint, and they always say he should have won every show that he does. But it's like, when you're there in person, I think it's different compared to pictures, the amount of size they're giving up sometimes, and the amount of, if not even size, just the amount of thickness that they're giving up in person. And it just like, it's sometimes it's a curse, I think, when they get this hype of being like a prodigy or whatever you want to call it, their potential, because it's like, you might never be able to put on enough tissue to realize that potential I want to see. Like, if Quint is 6'2", what's he going to have to be on stage? 280 at the peak of his career? More?
Yeah.
Like,
bro,
people don't realize how much tissue that is. Like, that's hard. Even for Samson.
No. You know how we say when he puts on enough muscle, he's going to beat everybody?
Right.
Exactly, because the truth is that more than like, it's happened less times than it's actually worked out, right? Think about Tony Freeman. He just needs 10 more pounds. Tony Freeman competed at 300 pounds, and it was still there wasn't filled out enough. You know what I'm saying? So now you're hearing about
who's the Quincy Taylor or Taylor Quincy? Yeah,
which one?
I think that's his name, Quincy Taylor. But he was another guy in like the late 90s, early 2000s. He was over 6 feet, just giant human being, but on stage still didn't look thick enough. But in the gym, he looks like a mutant.
You remember Jamie the Giant?
Proportions.
You remember Jamie the Giant?
Oh
yeah.
he turned pro at what, like 265. Then it's like, oh, get 10 more pounds. He gets 10 more pounds, 10 more every year. And then he came to the realization that he's legit, bro. He was what, 6'5"?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He came to the realization that I'm on stage at 300 pounds, literally, not 300 pounds a week out when I'm back home before I fight. Right here on stage, I'm 300 pounds, and I still look vastly undersized. He's like, I'm gonna have to compete at 320 on stage. There might be no chance that can actually happen, but if it was to happen, I might be dead, motherfucker.
Yep, exactly.
You know? So off season, he was already what, 330. He would have to be 350, 360 in off season. Like at some point, you have to be like, I'm 36 years old. I'm not about to be 400 pounds. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? You know? So now he's doing gladiator, you know? And it's like, it's one of those things that will, okay, we say Andrew needs a little more back, a little more legs, a little more. Okay, he's 40 years old. You know, like you want him to add 20 pounds of muscle at 40. That's asking a lot. So it's a big if. It's a big if. I don't know. I don't know if it's possible. I guess Samson is probably done it the most. He's also not shredded, but he's the closest to realizing that tall man potential, you know?
Right, for sure. It's hard to make it happen, bro. Like, look how many short bodybuilders there are. There's tons.
Yeah.
And look how many guys that try so hard at 5'10" plus and never make it.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes more. It does. It takes more time. It takes more consistency and patience. But it also takes like not pushing yourself to where you blow your lines and your proportions because you push yourself too fast, too hard.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to execute it pretty perfectly. Otherwise, you grow and then you ruin your waist. And then it didn't matter that you grew because you just ruined your proportions on stage. And you're not going to look any bigger next to the people because you just blew your waist out.
This sounds kind of random, but I've always kind of wondered this. Do you think if you're 6'2", 6'2" bodybuilder over 300 pounds, you think you need more gear than somebody at 5'5" would to actually be as big?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
Because in my head, I'm like, if you're a foot taller, with any other medication, if they were gonna, you know, put you to sleep or something, they would give you a higher dose than they would somebody half your size. So with gear, does that work that way as well?
Certainly possible, but all we would have is anecdotal evidence, and we got a bunch of short bodybuilders to test this on. We don't have a bunch of tall guys. I mean, bro, at the end of the day, it's just like it's always going to be a genetic sport, just like the NBA. It's a rare case you're going to see a guy at 5'8", like we were talking about earlier. You know, like in any sport, you got to be built for it if you want to be at the top. Because I know you guys get these questions all the time from guys like, oh, do I have the potential? Do I have the genetics? And how much is it going to take? How much am I going to have to push? I had this conversation with a guy today. He's asking me, do you think it's going to take me pushing more gear? I'm like, man, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, you may not have the genetics, or you may have it, but like, it's just like any other sport.
Yeah, you got to go for it.
I think he's a taller guy too.
Yeah, you got to go for it regardless. All right, we've been on 2 hours. You guys want to do some questions?
I can do a few. I gotta eat, bro.
Oh,
I'm way behind on my meals today. I had tissue work before I got on the call and rushed a meal, and then I'm way behind. So I may have to hop off here in about 5-10 minutes.
All right, but are you too, Felix? If you got to hop off, let me know.
I was responsible. I ate right before the podcast.
I did too.
Today was like my first day of prep that I was actually able to sleep, and I don't have work or clients on Sundays. So I was like, I'm sleeping in. I need sleep more than anything. It was honestly really good that I did, but I'm like an hour and a half, 2 hours behind my normal day.
Yeah. How's your back feeling?
Dude, incredible. Incredible.
Oh, good.
Comparatively speaking, it's still a little tight, but I have an incredible chiropractor out here that works on and has worked on multiple pros in like the DFW area.
Yeah.
My friend's wife, she's a pro as well, Leanna McCall. She got on it with her New X machine the night it happened. I was slamming BPC and TP500, like double dosing it right in the site. Like I'm a believer in that, and even more so now. But it's been 2 weeks since it happened, and I feel like I'm not gonna deadlift again. But I feel like I could in like a week or 2 weeks. Could probably deadlift like RDLs or something.
Nice, good.
Which is very surprising, bro. I thought I was screwed.
Hey Jordan, you did that acupuncture with the electricity, right?
Yeah, they needle stemmed my erectors with red light therapy as well. Then they cut me, scraped me.
Fancy.
This chiropractor is amazing.
Jordan getting money,
dude. They're not that expensive, bro.
Not to you.
Elite Performance Chiropractic. No shame. Like I obviously I pay for my appointments. So, but anybody that's out in the DFW area, Elite Performance are awesome.
You better not be paying that.
I drove an hour to get to them, bro.
Well, you better not be paying after that ad you do for them.
me and Elias McCall had a chiropractor day the other day. We drove over there and had a bros date.
Who saw the interaction between Derek, Nick, and Samson, and what's your take? You know what he's talking about?
See it. I have no clue.
I saw it. Yeah.
I saw them like signing stuff at that Olympia event, but I didn't see an interaction.
I'm assuming the only thing I saw was, I'm assuming he's referring to this. Derek was like, because they were all mic'd up, so you could hear them talking the whole time. Tamer was talking to Derek about something, and then Derek was like, he was like, me? Oh no, they're fighting each other. They're fighting for third. I'm first. They're not even contending for me. So some shit along those lines. Like this is not a battle with me because neither of them are even close to me. It's me and Hadi, right? And then Nick was like, but you're not gonna win this year or something like that by the way you're training, something like that, right? That's about right.
Yeah. So personally, Derek surprised me a little bit because he came off to me a little more humble than that, like normally the way he portrays himself. And I thought he came off very arrogant with his demeanor and how he handled things. So it really shocked me, to be honest.
I've heard that Derek had a stint years ago of being that way, but that he's kind of chilled it out.
You guys haven't been following Derek for a while, I could tell, for a long time.
Everybody kind of knows that he had that phase of being just kind of like cocky, and then he kind of got a little more humble. But maybe the Olympia win reversed that.
Derek,
I don't know.
when Derek was when he was with Animal, they probably deleted those interviews by now. But he was with all the shits, bro. He was with all the shit. They did the interview with Flex Lewis, and they're talking about they literally almost got into a physical altercation backstage. Derek used to be on some, I'm beating everybody. Everybody could get it. Like he was talking his shit, and I guess he found Jesus and he don't talk his shit no more. But but I mean, it's still in him, bro. Like, listen, for you to be Mr. Olympia, the best in the world, you a dog, bro. I don't care how much you smile and say I love everybody. You're a dog, and the same way Phil wanted to crush their dreams, you want to do the same shit. You just don't represent yourself that way because you choose not to. But make no mistake, Derek is probably one of the biggest dogs in that whole lineup. He just he knows how to keep it sedentary, but it's there. You ain't imagine beating Hadi. Imagine the kind of man you have to be mentally to beat Hadi and Nick. Hadi and Nick are next level dogs, bro. They unbreakable. So we can't assume that we can't think that Derek is really just like, hey guys, like
no,
you
got to be coming for the throats.
Exactly. Yeah. There's a way to do it, though. I think it's just, I don't know.
The way it came across, you mean? Yeah.
Because you can. I mean, I'm the first person to tell you I'm very confident in my ability. If I want to go into something, you bet your ass something I'm going to win. Like I believe it. Yeah. But you never once heard me say, "Oh, I'm going to kick your ass." You're no competition. It's like
you basically thought he was. You thought he was like you because you have dog in you. The dog is there. You honestly just don't communicate that way. That's just not your character.
The dog in me comes out in how I train and how I carry myself, but it's not so much on like I'm not a person that's gonna like I guess you could say shoot someone down or like talk down on somebody
Yeah.
to make me feel better. I guess you could say.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. But he was being asked a question. What the fuck was he supposed to say?
I didn't even hear the question. Like, what did they ask him?
One thing he didn't want to take his shirt off, and then they were saying about who's going to win between you three or whatever, and then that's when he said, "Oh, the conversation with them, like they're not even beating Hottie yet," so kind of thing.
Yeah, I guess he showed a different side of him. To be honest, I kind of want to see it. I kind of rather you show that side. Like Nick, you know how Nick wears his heart on his sleeve. I kind of wish if Derek is really that way, I'd rather him just be that way.
That's why. So the reason it came off weird was because like he walks or he kind of talks like he's a certain way, but he's not that way. So it's almost like I'd rather you just be like that than put on a face and then show your true colors. That's what I didn't like. That was
just disingenuous.
Exactly.
Yes, that's the word. That's the word.
You know what I think happened? Like I said, but because I've been following the sport for a while, for a long time, I think that original Derek was the real Derek. I think that was just how he was for real. I think he was losing though. If you're losing, it doesn't come across well to be that way, you know? So I felt like he had to bottle that part up and maybe put on a face. And then now that he's winning, I think he's getting that confidence back maybe. So he feels maybe a little more comfortable. I have no issue with it personally, but I would kind of rather you just keep it even and just be yourself all the time because it comes across
that's what I mean.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't care if you're like that. I don't care. Like, you know, like Nick's always talked to himself like I'm beating everybody. Like that's how he's always been. There was no change in who he was.
Right.
That's the difference.
So when Nick does it, I like it because I'm like, yeah, talk that talk. I don't want to hear you kumbaya, you know, because we know how Nick is.
I think that's the only reason why anyone really had an issue with Derek saying what he said is because it was Derek saying it. If Nick had turned to Derek and said the exact same thing, no one would have thought anything of it. But it's because Derek I think because Derek is just so outwardly religious, it just seems very conflicting to carry yourself that way. It seems I don't know, maybe hypocritical is a little strong, but it just, you know, it just doesn't seem like him. But
see, I mean,
but I want to see that. I want to see him shit talking Nick and Samson and Hottie. Like that's what I want to see. I don't want to see the dog shit.
If you a dog, let's see the dog. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Let's go at it then. You know. Yeah. I would kind of honestly. I feel like knowing Nick. I feel like Nick would prefer that too. Nick wants you to be. He wants you to be yourself. Nick doesn't mind some shit talking. He actually likes it. It's just a lot of people want to do it.
No, well, and it's to me, it's more awkward not to like you know, like at this point, I would consider Jordan a friend, but him and I both know we're going to Chicago to beat each other. There's no like,
of course, no handshakes backstage,
and same with Stu.
Can't have no rice cakes.
Right. So it's like if you know, I'm not going to sit here and talk shit on a podcast right now, but if we're in the moment backstage, yeah, I would expect there to be some confidence and some words and stuff. That's what competing is.
Of course.
You know, I don't know why it's an issue. I don't know why
it doesn't need to be disrespectful or shit talking either.
Yeah.
It's like
I didn't
for
see
instance,
the
like
video, so I don't know if there's anything disrespectful, like personal, that he said.
I probably come from the total opposite end of the spectrum where like I have never been one to talk crap at all. Where I'm like, I just talk with what I bring. And generally it's always I under promise, over deliver. But like this is probably the first year where I'm talking more like I am extremely confident this year. And I'm talking a little bit more, but it never comes. I know I never come off as like, no, you guys all suck. I'm beating every single one of you. No, but like me and Stu have had fun because Stu jokes around. There's this ongoing joke that he said if I beat him in Chicago, he's retiring. And so I keep telling him that this is his last year of bodybuilding, you know, because it's not beating me. But like, I'm not going to say it in a way that's like we know it's all in fun, right? Like,
Of course,
it's in fun, but at the same time, I'm coming to beat your ass. Like, it's a mutual respect too, that we expect each other to have that dog in us.
Right.
But also we like each other, because all of us open guys like each other for the most part. We're all boys, you know, so like,
yeah.
There's no problem with, and also it gets the fans going, bro, because like it's so boring when these pages are talking about who's sponsored and signed by who and what little stupid stuff's happening in the industry versus, like, you know, looking at the rivalries of different bodybuilders and different guys going head to head and what who said about the other guy, and, you know, looking at these, building up the suspense for like a matchup. Like, that's cool. That's what fans like. You know?
Yeah.
So like we need some of that.
Most importantly, Jordan, you're just being yourself. So you don't
ever need to be anything else.
It's like you don't have to think about it. Like, should I act more confident? Should I? Whatever you feel, that's what you're doing, and that's all people care about. You know what I'm saying? So I think
I will say that about. I'll say that about Nick. Like, some people would call him cocky and not confident. I've never met Nick, but just like when you see him in podcasts and interviews and stuff, his confidence fits his personality. It just fits who he is naturally as a person. So it doesn't come across as like super cocky to me. It's like you said, you just gotta be who you naturally are. You don't have to play up any persona. It comes across fine.
There's like the common thing I've noticed with people that I like and get along with. They're all of you guys. You're all completely different people. You're not even similar, really. But I like all of you because you're literally just being yourself. Nobody's being fake in any way, right? And I actually really, really like Nick as a person. He's very different personality from a lot of my friends, but it's irrelevant. It's because I know he's being himself, and I know he's always coming from a good place. Once you understand him, you understand how he talks, understand how his mind works. You understand that, this is a really caring, passionate person. The way he's
such a nice guy.
It's tough love, though, but that's all Nick knows. Nick only knows tough love, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's like he tells you what you need to hear, but it's always what's best for you at the same time, you know? And you don't have to guess with him. If he tells you, yo, I'm going to be on a podcast at this time, you don't have to be like, is he going to be on there? He's going to be on there. You know what I'm saying? His word means something, you know what I'm saying, as well. And I like when people's words mean something. I actually call people out on that. If they keep saying stuff, but they keep wishy-washy, I'd be like, listen, bro, your word has to mean something. Don't just say shit. Wait until you mean something before you say it, you know, so I can understand who you are as a person, you know what I'm saying? So, how do we... What the fuck was the question?
Well, look, Flex Lewis had both Nick and Derek on his podcast. This is before the last Olympia. And pretty much the same dynamic, asking the same damn question about who's winning, this and that. The answer that Derek, and the way he answered it, was literally night and day. Like, and Flex was like trying to get it out of him, right?
He kept dodging it, he was.
And that's why I'm like, wait, what the hell? Like, so that's where kind of like, you know, you win big, and then you, like you said, you kind of reverted back to, I guess that's how it used to be. I didn't know that, but it's just like, don't portray a certain way that you're not. Like, bro, just carry it. Like, just carry it. Especially for new people coming. Like, I didn't know this, right? I didn't know it was like that. So now I'm looking at like, wait, what the hell?
Like, what's going on?
Yeah. So,
see, Flex knows that side of Derek, right? Because he's known him for longer. So he wanted to see the real Derek, and he knew Nick was being the real Nick. So he's like, because Nick is there, like, I'm gonna beat him. So he's waiting for Derek. Yeah, he's waiting for Derek to be the Derek that he knows he is, and then Derek wasn't doing it. He just kind of like, So then Flex is like, okay, and then he just, I guess, moved on. Right?
But see, now in hindsight, now I understand why Flex kept pushing the envelope. At first, I was like, oh, maybe he just wants to see him like with some fight in him, you know. And then, but now I'm like, well, fuck, it's because he knew he's like that. It's like, wait, why are you changing it up? So Flex is probably thinking the same thing. Like, wait, what the hell?
Let's see it. Hopefully at the press conference, he goes off. I want to see all about. I want to see who he really is under all
See,
that.
that's what I want to see too. And I think that from what I've heard, the Olympia people like for them to put stuff on. I've talked to some of the pros about like the the press conference, and they want it to be kind of that WWE feel that like Blessing brings. But like
I don't like
it's
it that
not
way.
natural for everybody. I just want everybody to just honestly, openly say what they mean and what they want to say, and just be straight up, just like they were, bro. Like the press conferences with Ronnie and Jay and all them, those were so cool. Like I want to see that.
Me too.
And without
even
the play it
Phil
up,
and Ty, bro.
right. It was, bro. That was legit.
real.
That was like
It was
That's what I'm saying.
they hated each other, bro, and they were real about it.
Why try to fake? Okay, WWE, right? The match is already predetermined, so you can't get real animosity. So of course you have to fake it, But this is real competitiveness. They actually feel some kind. These are grown men loaded on the worst hormones you could think of. Right? They have
no
a lot
empathy at all.
None.
No,
they have a lot
whatsoever.
in there. You just have to get them comfortable to open up. So just small talk, right? Like it's like being a host on a podcast. I don't have to get on a podcast and be like, so Jordan, Felix, who's gonna beat who? Like
I hate that, bro. It's annoying.
It's gonna make it so corny. You're not gonna be able to go at it. I should just be like, yo, Felix, so how's prep going? Oh, look at Felix. I think you might be ahead of Jordan. You looking good. How do you feel about that, Jordan? Like you like you made some gains. Wait, first of all, he's ahead of me. Okay, and then you guys, just natural conversation.
Right.
I don't have to try to pitch you
You don't
against
have
each
to
other.
play it up. I feel like they get Bob Chick to like play it up and start up something, and then it's just weird.
It's
I don't
too
know.
much.
They just need to let it happen more naturally, bro.
I agree.
Yeah.
You can drop keywords in there to spice it up without overdoing. Like I said, I just mentioned, oh, he looks like he's ahead. That's purposely done, but it's not too on the nose, right? It's something to you can hear and it could click a little bit and you could think about it. So that 1 year, it happened by accident, but it was natural when Kai and Phil really went at it, and that I personally liked it. I don't know how everybody else feels about that.
Oh yeah, that's the greatest
I
one.
was all about it.
Yeah.
Fact one, we outweigh you over 40 pounds.
Yeah.
Right? Fact two, we'll be wider. Fact three, something else.
And Phil, how about you give 3 reasons? 2011, 2012, 2013.
Go back and
That was awesome.
That was good. That was real. Ronnie had one too. He was like, the first year I was at the Olympia, I was security.
Yeah.
Then I was 15. Then I was nice. Y'all saying about here complaining about not getting paid for winning. Fucking win. But I was losing too. I ain't complaining. So.
Yeah, right.
Ronnie didn't get what they were trying to do. They were trying to help everybody, but it's okay, Ronnie. Well, Ronnie gets a pass. We talked about it. Ronnie
always gets a pass.
That's funny because that's my favorite like Olympia press conference clip out of any is Ronnie Coleman. I didn't complain. I didn't complain.
Yeah. But you know what? I get what Sean Wade and Kevin and Lee were trying to do, and I agree with it. But I also get Ronnie's point of view because he's right. He didn't complain about shit. He just worked his ass off. And when he was getting nothing, Sean Ray and Kevin were getting a shit ton of money all those years. Ronnie was getting nothing.
Yeah,
they had all the sponsors. So, like, is he wrong for saying what he said? No, he outworked them. Like they're beating him with genetics as well. He literally outworked them.
Yeah,
so it's literally the thing that no one does anymore. The work in silence that everybody talks about that actually is not in silence. That was Ronnie. He hustled his ass off in silence.
So Ronnie had a point. He was still right, even though they were right as well. Ronnie was still right.
He's always right.
Yep.
All right. See what we got.
I'm probably gonna have to jump off here, guys. I gotta go get my meals in.
Oh, yeah, do your thing, Jordan.
Late tonight.
Keep it up with Jordan. Keep it up with the YouTube as well. Keep it up with the YouTube. Really good.
Thank you, guys. It was good talking to you.
Likewise, bro. Best of luck, bro.
Thank you. See y'all.
All right, I'll see you later.
I like when I watch somebody's YouTube and it's like the camera isn't there. It's like you're there with them. He's not like filming for the camera. Like, hey guys, I'm here. He's literally just doing what he fucking does.
Fly on the wall style.
It comes off really natural,
Yeah.
Do you have a YouTube, Felix?
Man, I got nothing. Nothing. I've never been much for social media. I gotta start ramping that up after this season. So
hey man, this is the perfect time to do it because boring is in. Thanks to Sam Sulek, we could just be bodybuilders and people would want to watch it. You don't have to hire 5 cameramen and pay them $1,000 a month anymore. You could just film this shit normal, you know?
Yeah, no, I'm definitely going to do it. You see my Instagram. I've got 2,600 followers or something. Like I post when I'm not in prep, I barely post at all. Like I don't film any of actually the gym I usually train at doesn't allow filming. We don't allow cameras or anything. So I don't know. I'm really old school with that. Just head down, hood up, old school bodybuilding, but obviously I gotta start getting involved in the other aspects of the industry. So there will be content, YouTube stuff, coaching, all that stuff coming after this season. But right now I'm putting fucking everything into this debut. So
boom, there you go. So so keep being old school with the hoodie on. Just have a camera there watching you.
Exactly. Just have someone.
That's it.
Post some shit. Just post some shit on a daily.
But
you get used to it, bro. Like it literally becomes part of your routine 100%. After a fucking while. Like in the morning when I'm drinking my coffee or whatever, my dial, whatever the hell I'm drinking, I just fucking start looking for shit. Like, all right, I'll just do this and then say some shit here and then boom.
Yeah.
Listen, we've literally what I did to Joe and Paul. Somebody else did to me the same thing. Like, yo, what's up? Do the social media. You got to do it. You know, for a little while, I was kind of on your ass. Like, oh, do the social media. And now y'all in the rhythm. I don't have y'all post more than me. I don't got to say shit. You know what I'm saying? So
ain't nobody posts more than you, baby.
No,
you're on that shit, dog.
I'm not playing around. That's all that fucking fentanyl I'm on. I'm fucking wired, baby.
Damn.
I'm about to get on something stronger actually too. Joe knows what I'm talking about.
I actually want to talk to you after the podcast. Not on here, me and you.
Well, let's talk about it right now. Let's go. Let's go, baby. All right.
I'm excited for you.
Let's do a couple more questions. Have anyone do you know anyone? Or have anyone or do you know anyone who's pinned their chest?
I actually sometimes put GH there just because I have some huge tits and it's super I don't do it for any other reason other than it's just really fast.
Y'all want me to be really transparent for a second?
Yeah.
I think the audience would like it, yes.
Like it. All right. I tried filling my chest one year with painless pumps. Oof. So I did the upper part right there, and I put
it wasn't painless.
not in the chest. Not in the chest. I went like this. Like in your brain, you feel like you're gonna stab your heart. I don't know why I feel like that. I'm definitely gonna stab my heart. It's not even close. It's like it's like this. But in my head, I'm like, oh, was that my heart? I feel it. I got a cramp in my heart. The heart is not even on that side, but So I took 5 cc's. Boom, chest.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Damn, dog.
And did it help? At the moment, I didn't feel like it did anything. But when I look back to the pictures, that was 20. What was the year, Stu? What was the year, Stu, when you would say it's 2020?
22, 21. No, 22.
That year.
22.
Now, when I look back, my upper chest was definitely fuller, but it looked inflamed. It definitely looked inflamed. It didn't look like synthol, but it looked like I had less lines in my chest than I would without it, basically.
You did this religiously, or you did it a couple times?
As far as chest?
Yeah.
No, that was the only time that I did that. My chest.
Just once? One shot?
I'm not. Oh, you mean like leading up into the show?
Yeah, you did it religiously.
Yeah. I had like a loading phase. It was. I think it was a week, maybe. I want to say it was like let's say The last shot was Wednesday.
Nuts,
The last shot was maybe Thursday. So I did it Thursday, Tuesday, Saturday. So like those 3 days, like every other day for like the last, I guess, week. You know, but listen, man. If I'm being honest, I've had pros come to my house and I've personally shot them up myself with various substances. You know, whether it's Nolotol or Metaform, whatever, it's being done. And on some people, you can't tell because it looks so fucking good. Some people you can't tell because their genetics are so bad that they still look flat as fuck. You know, one guy, I shot up his arms, tricep, biceps. I saw him on stage. It looked tiny still. So it's like, okay, it did nothing, you know. So it's something that happens, but honestly, it doesn't make as big a difference as you think it's gonna make. I think they had something different back in the days because the way Kevin and Flex used to look, boy, I ain't seen them results from shooting up in a long time. You're not gonna like Flex, trust me. You know who I actually like in men's physique? Well, I don't know him that well. I just started seeing videos on Hostile, but he's like I feel like he's a bodybuilder.
Oh, Nick Justice.
Yeah, about
I follow him too.
I literally just followed him because it's like some people, honestly, man, it's like genetically, I honestly believe some people just don't get that as big as some of us. I know we take it for granted because we're like, I could get 300 pounds. I just eat the food. Some people eat the food and they're not going to be 300 pounds. So I think people like him, he's doing all the work. He's just never going to be 300 pounds, right? So he does men's physique, but he's a bodybuilder at heart, you know. And but I like his style. He goes hard, you know. So
I was gonna say, if you ever watch his training videos, he trains fucking hard, even legs.
See, okay, that's nothing. I don't like when people generalize that as if all open guys train hard and then classic and men's physique don't. I'm like, nah, there's a lot of open guys who don't train hard at all. And I have a lot of men's physique clients that will out train a lot of open guys. So I don't think that's the case. You know?
We were just training with our buddy Mark. You know Mark.
He goes harder than 99% of open guys.
He trained just as hard as me and Paul the other day. Pushed himself like. I even matched our weight. Now, keep in mind, we weren't trying to go hard, but he was.
I mean, that's very, very, very good for a men's physique guy. You guys are like not normal. You guys are like stronger than the average pro, though. So that says a lot for Mark. That's impressive.
He was fucking trash though. He'll tell you that.
You better be.
Halfway through the workout, I was all fuck.
Nah,
he kept up. He didn't stop.
He got hard. Like he's one of those people. You would have to. He would die in the gym out of pride. Like you would have to. He would have to physically die for him to stop doing it. He would never stop on you. You know. So that's what matters.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got. We guys want to do one more?
One more.
Yeah, fuck it.
Try to find a good one. Oh, this would be a good question, but it might be premature. I'm gonna save it. The question was: has anybody on the pod tried Biolabs GH? We got to wait a little longer on that. But I got to circle back to that one. All right. Can you hook me up with? No. Everybody first. How's everybody doing today? Everybody okay?
Everybody good.
Doing all right.
What are you in Compton doing differently? Well, okay. Also, I want to say that you don't always have to do things differently. I think sometimes just doing the same shit for another year, you get better if you're doing good shit, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Because we had somebody on the pod, Wolski. I was like, wow, that's a big difference from last year. I said, what did you change? He said, I didn't change shit. Just another year of fucking following my coach and listening to the plan. I was like, great answer. That's it.
Well,
he's like what 20? He's like 26. So he just another year of training and dieting got better. You know. So sometimes
that's what I'm saying. You always give like the younger guys coming up the advice, like what can I do to get better? Just stay consistent. Just keep going. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
basically what it boils down to.
One of my clients was like, "Hey, I've been on the same workout now for 3 weeks. Should we change it?" I said, "Did you get stronger on it?" He said, "Yeah, I got stronger everywhere." Good, keep doing that. I mean, you're progressing. Why would I change it? You know, I don't know. I don't know if you guys subscribe to that, but I don't believe in. I'll go to the gym sometimes and I'll do different shit just cause. But for the main part, I know I'm going to do a pull down. I'm going to do a row. I'm not looking to try to change it up just for the sake of it. I like doing similar shit, if not the same shit. If I'm being honest, I don't know if you guys train like that, but
I mean, the only thing I guess that you could say I do is I'll swap the order sometimes. It's all the same movements, but I'll swap the order. Just like, because sometimes it's almost like you get used to starting with like a lat pull down. So it's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to start with the pullover. Then do that for a while. But they're literally in the same workout still. It doesn't change.
Yeah.
We're at a point that we know what works for us. At this point, I know that one arm dumbbell rows just doesn't do much for me. It just doesn't. I wish it did because I think it looks cool as fuck, but it don't do nothing for me. So I don't do it. I know chest supported T-bar rows kill my back. So I'm not gonna come in there. I'm way past that trial phase where I'm trying a bunch of shit out. I know exactly what I like. Even if it's a new gym with different equipment, I still know, well, this is a chest supported row. It's probably gonna work well on me. So let me try out this like carrier version of it. You know what I'm saying? So I think you get to a point where you know how your body works. You don't really have to try too much shit out. Okay. Anyone use Cialis for pumps?
I have.
I've been.
All the time.
This is the first time I've used it consistently, like for like the last, I don't know, 3 weeks.
I mainly use it during prep. This is the first time, so I used it for prep. I'm using it for the beginning of the rebound, but I think I'm gonna not use it anymore at a certain point, so I don't.
Well, I've always obviously known that Cialis gives you good pumps, but I used it this year literally because of Joe, because I had a conversation with Joe about that, and I've been spamming pump pre-workout and Cialis, and bro, I've never been this full in my life. I'm filming a video and I keep talking about I'm flat because my carbs are so low, and I'm sitting back watching the video editing, and I'm like, motherfucker, I look like I'm fucking off season on. I look like I'm on 1,000 carbs in this fucking video, but it feels like I'm empty. So the shit works. It's blood volume. You have no carbs. Yeah, but it works. So try it out. Try the Pump Max by Authentic Aminos, code MACHO. Okay.
And disclaimer, if you're gonna try it for the first time, make sure you cut that pill in half because it will give you palpitations if you're not used to it, and it's a higher dose pill. So
indigestion too sometimes,
yeah. So cut that motherfucker in half. More is not always better.
Exactly. Also, if you want Cialis, go to AuthenticAminos.com. Discount code MACHO.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug. All right, last question for real this time. I'm serious this time. Posing shirtless. Why does Derek complain about posing shirtless? Did he not want to pose?
Yeah, that was the one of the big things that I guess stood out.
That sounds a little cocky. I'm not gonna lie, but to each his own. You don't have to, I guess. Do you believe all training has too much focus on science versus intensity? This is a great question because I just made a T-shirt that I'm gonna sell about that.
Mm-hmm.
The T-shirt says, "I'm not a fucking scientist. I'm a bodybuilder." But
that's cool.
I need one of those.
I think, but I'm definitely gonna give y'all some. It's his own T. It don't have it doesn't say like baby on it or something like that. It's something that everybody could wear. But yeah, so I wanted to talk about that actually. I think science plays a huge role in bodybuilding. But do you guys believe that it's gone too far in that direction?
I think people overthink something very simple. And it's just hard work. That's it. Like, you just work hard. You need enough. You're going to get a result. And it's just very simple.
Why do you think they overthink it? You think because they want to find an easier way? They don't want to work hard?
I think it's some of that, but then also like how can they get to where they want to be the quickest? But what they don't understand is there's no rush when you love what you're doing, right? And eventually you'll get there. So stop trying to like shortcut it just to have a look. Like enjoy the process, enjoy the journey, and you're going to get there regardless. So
and in reality, there is no shortcut for it either. I mean, you need to put in the work for long fucking time to get where you need to get. You know, I mean, you could take all the fucking drugs in a row, and they can get you there quicker.
Here's my question, right? Why is it that for the last 20 years or 15 years, maybe, we keep hearing about, like, we keep seeing guys who know how to train so much better than all of us and all the dumb bodybuilders before them. And still to this day, we haven't seen anybody actually show us that. We've yet to actually see somebody with that's all science-based training actually beat people who are just working hard. Or like show us like a catalog of physiques that you've built from your beautiful scientific training. Well, why is it still that Derek Lunsford has the best back and he's doing fucking sloppy seated rows? Not to say you should train sloppy, but just example. But then, you know, or same, you know, to this day, Ronnie and Dorian and, like I said, newer would be Derek, are just doing just hard work, pretty loose form, and still have the best back while everybody's doing this shit, telling you how their back is so much better, but their back still looks basic. It still looks mid. Does it just so happen that everybody who's dumb and trains hard just has the best genetics in the world, and every smart person has shitty genetics? Just God made it that way. Is it a coincidence?
Absolutely not.
That's where I see the disconnect, though, is like the science guys, which I guess come to appreciate more as I've gotten older and fucked my body up and had to be smarter. I've gotten more into the science stuff, but it seems, I don't know, it just seems like it just seems like they, not overcomplicated, but like the specifics that they're talking about, the details that they're going into are going to give the average person maybe another 2% to their physique. So it's like I think a lot of these guys are stepping over the meat and potatoes to just focus on this last little tiny bit that, yeah, if Derek Lunsford or Nick Walker or whoever has everything else dialed in perfect, then these little scientific adjustments will give you 1% to 2%. But I think for the majority of weightlifters, local level bodybuilders, they're not even precise enough with everything else, consistent enough with everything else for all this scientific shit in the gym to make a difference. They're stepping over $1 to pick up a dime, you know? That's just I think it all has its place, but I think people are putting it way too high up on their priorities. Especially newer guys. Newer guys just learn the basics, learn how to eat, learn how to train, but you got to learn how to fucking work more than you got to learn like how to internally rotate the shoulder to this, whatever. You got to learn discipline, work before you learn the super intricate science. 100%. So that's my fucking rant.
Said it perfectly, dude, actually.
So when I said like we've yet to see like the science guys make it to a high level, right? You could say, well, what about Justin Shire and Hunter Labrada, right? I wouldn't call them science training based, but still they are, right?
Yeah.
But what's the difference between them and a lot of people that I won't mention is that they actually know how to train fucking hard. Shire is still has 5 plates on the hammer strength, you know.
People don't realize how strong he is. Like to lift the way he does with his form, he's stupid strong.
It's insane. It's funny because I was watching that. I was doing RDLs with 5 plates, And I'm like, damn, this heavy. And I'm like, at one point, I was known for being a really strong deadlifter. Then I'm watching Justin do the 5 plates with way better form. And I'm like, wait. I'm like, wait, this guy is like 40 pounds lighter than me. And he just manhandled the shit out of that, like with no belt, perfect form. Like, imagine if he lifted that like with no regard, how he would be pulling 7 plates. You know?
You know, there's so many different training styles. There's so like precision, science, all that stuff. But the people that make progress, the common denominator is always effort. Whether you do it through volume, top set, precision, progressive overload, just balls to the wall, branch warren training. Every single one of those guys, it worked because they worked, and that's it. That's it.
Okay, so let me, because early on I said, like, I think I mentioned Branch. So I don't believe Branch training style is why he was successful, actually. I believe that it was his intensity, right? I believe that Branch probably could have looked better with maybe some better exercise selection, maybe even some better form. But it was irrelevant because his work, Ben Bukowski used to always talk shit about him, and he was never even the same call out as him. Right. So it's funny that he's telling him that he doesn't know how to train, which in some ways can be true because he could train better optimally, but it was irrelevant because he outworked you so much that he still beat you. Right. So it's not that training style is better than a little bit better form. It's just that he has the right priority, which the priority is the intensity first. So it's still beating the guys who are trying to prioritize the science before it. Right.
Yep.
It doesn't mean we can't all be better. We could all be better at our training. You know what I'm saying? Like Felix, you said, as you get older, even myself, I'm starting to appreciate like machines. Let's say, for instance, at one point I had no use for machines, but I'm like, the way my lower back is feeling. So you can be smarter and use science to your advantage, but we're still very adamant that the intensity is still the first, the marker. Hadi does some really sloppy rows, and you're like, well, his back is still good. His back isn't good because he's intentionally being sloppy. It's because the amount of effort he's giving is still growing his back anyways, right? I think that's the important part to separate. So as long as you have the effort, I won't question you. A good friend of mine is Janicki. When I first started seeing Janicki, I'm looking at exercises and I'm looking at the reels. I'm like, how is he growing doing that? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, there's no way you can go doing that. But knowing him in person and seeing him work out in person, I'm like, oh, the intensity is still 10 out of 10. It just so happens the selection of exercise that I wouldn't do, But whether I do it or not is irrelevant because what I like to do for back is not what grows your back and vice versa. So he's literally just doing what he feels on his back heavy with really slow form. So how could it not work? Because it's something that I wouldn't do doesn't mean it wouldn't work. He's still going to failure 8 to 12 reps as heavy as possible. He has the whole stack on there. He's not showing the stack, but he has the whole stack on there. So he's still, so now I'm like, okay, well, that's why he's growing because it's still intense. Even though it might look strange to some of us more old school guys, it's irrelevant. The intensity is there, so he's growing, And he actually, from what I've seen, picked up his intensity and he's growing even faster. Right? So
man. I've done a 4-plate squat and I've done a 6-plate squat, and both are very fucking hard depending on how far I push that squat.
Exactly. So we take the same intensity that you guys do that row. I forget the converging row that you guys like, right? And you guys have like 8 I lost count, like 8, 10, 12 plates, whatever y'all have on there, right? Okay, y'all do that, looser form for 10 reps. Now you take that same intensity and you do it with 8 plates with a little slower form. You're still going to grow because your intensity is, exactly. So I'm not saying purposely use bad form, but don't be scared to push yourself rather than just stop and say, I only got 6 reps. Don't be scared to get some extra intensity out of it without looking cute, So it all works. Just make sure just train hard, man. I guess that's how you answer the question.
You ever heard that phrase, deloads, like deload week or whatever? Like, those are stupid to me because for me, it's just like,
how you feel?
Yeah, when I tell people I train by feel, it's like, okay, if something's not firing right, or like something's tweaked or something, or if it's not that strong that day, I just won't train as heavy, but I still train
Simple.
just as hard. Hard doesn't mean
Yeah.
heavy. Hard means intense, like difficult. Whatever I'm doing, as long as it's difficult, it's all you'll
That's
fuck
it.
about. I'm gonna progress. It's just gonna happen.
I get why people would like schedule a deload, but I don't prefer it that way because how many times have you heard somebody say like, "Oh, this is my deload week, but I can't. Oh, I wish I could just train back. I'm so excited to train back." I would never do that because if I'm that excited to train back, I'm probably recovered. You know, there's a good chance I'm probably recovered with it. So, okay, if I thrash myself in the gym and I feel like complete shit the next day and I have shoulders, I'm pulling back volume. I'm not going to go as crazy. Now, next day I feel great, I'll push it, right? If my legs feel great, but on back day I feel like shit, I can still go hard on leg day and then maybe pull back on back day. I don't have to just say because I was tired today, I'm going to go a whole 2 weeks lifting at 50%. I just don't agree with that. Why not approach it like Joe said, a day by day basis, right? Shit, even set by set. What if you do 4 movements and you're like, that's it. That's all I got today. I'm gonna cut it there. You could call that audible right there on the floor, or you could be like, I did 4, but bro, I feel like I could handle a little more. It doesn't have to be so set in stone. You can train by exactly how you feel that day as well. And I think you would actually do better than scheduling it ahead of time.
That's what I do. I've never had a deload week. I don't do deloads or anything like that. I just when my brain, like, and it's not even a physical thing, when my mind is shot, like you said, when the day comes when I'm not excited to go to the gym and like I'm
Simple as
dreading
that.
it,
That's
I
it.
know I gotta back off. But I don't do like a full deload. We get 50%. I just take that rest day and then I'll take a second rest day. And after those 2 days, I go, okay, am I excited to go to the gym yet? No, it still feels like misery. All right, I'll take one more rest day, and I just go by the day. And
Perfect.
once I'm excited to fucking get up and do my pre-gym routine that we all have, getting ready for the gym. Like once I'm excited for that again, I know I'm ready. I don't need data usually. I'm
100%.
good.
Bro.
It's that stuff where once we get experienced enough, which we all are, once you get experienced enough, yeah, there's science that we all know, but it gets so personal and individual as you get more experienced. You literally have to take it day by day if you're talking about your own body and how it responds to things because you're so
100%.
in tune with it.
100%.
Yeah.
This is where the wisdom come in. I feel like experience. We say the hard work trumps science to a point. I think experience trumps science as well, right?
Yeah.
Because experience. Like I would much rather hire an experienced coach than like a science-based coach any day of the week.
Yeah,
absolutely.
definitely.
I'd rather hire a bodybuilding coach that's been coaching bodybuilders for 10 years more than I'd like to hire a guy who's been getting degrees for 10 years for everything that applies to bodybuilding.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like what's his name?
Someone who walks the walk.
With all due respect, this is no shade at all. But like, let's say Mike Israel, right? Let's say who do you want to work out with, Hani or Mike Israel? I'm picking Hani, obviously, all day long. And like I said, that's not shade to Mike, but I don't really care about all them degrees. And I mean, he does know how to train, but I'd much rather have the guy who's done this at the highest level for the last 20 years every time.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah, because at that point you're talking about an experience of sorts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now take that with a grain of salt. If Ronnie tells you how to work out, don't do Ronnie's workout. Ronnie's
He's different. We're talking about working out, and then he mentioned like, oh, he'll take 3 days off, or whatever, if he has to. Mm-hmm. Bro, the new split, we've been on it for 2 weeks now, where we train 4 days a week. I have never been more excited to train by the time I train again. So like, our split's Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. And the 2 days back to back off is actually coming off a fucking hard ass leg day, so it feels really good going into the gym Monday. But bro, like you get antsy, like you can't wait to fucking train because
best
you're
feeling.
used to training so often, you know. And it's only 1 day difference than what we've done, but it makes
Big difference,
the
though.
biggest difference, bro. And you just you feel fresh. You just, like I said, it's been a long time because I love working out. But like, there's a difference between like loving working out and like, man, I can't fucking wait to work out. Like, you know,
Right. Yeah.
crazy.
Quint Beastwood did that. He said he switched to 4 days a week, and his workouts are so much better because he's so fucking excited to work out.
Yeah,
and especially
bro.
in prep. You know how in prep, especially he was doing 2 hours of cardio. As you could imagine, you're not super motivated you're not always motivated to work out after 2 hours of cardio, but he was, which is it's a key. I remember we talked about this before, how sometimes during a rebound you feel like complete shit to the point that you almost don't want to work out some days. The best thing you can do is what you're doing now. Take an extra rest day. And then watch you go from there. I'm so tired. Oh my God, I don't want to work out today. To like, yo, I can't wait to work out. That's all it takes sometimes, you know. And you have to trust yourself enough to call the audible. In my preps, my fatigue kind of compounds, and then that happened like a week ago when I first really felt the prep, and then I completely shut down. In the past, I would have been like, fuck it, I'm gonna go train legs anyways. Now I'm like, what kind of leg day am I expecting to have if I can't get up and if I can't stand up for more than 10 minutes? What kind of fucking leg day am I gonna have? Like let's be real here. So I took the complete day off of legs and cardio, and I woke up that next day. I was so excited to go to the gym that I probably burned double the calories that I would have burned from that leg. You know, and then my weight dropped anyway because by that time I was so stressed out and inflamed that I wasn't, you know, that my body was holding on to fluid. So I woke up lighter and I felt better. You know, so sometimes you gotta listen. But like we talked about earlier, we're so hard headed and we want it so bad. Sometimes we feel like you're a pussy if you don't go. Like, I didn't schedule this rest day. I got to go work out. No, bro. You're good, bro. 1 day is not good.
Because 4 days a week sounds like some part-time shit to us. You know?
It does. You know, and it's really all we did was we took our shoulder day and just kind of mixed it in with our chest and back day. But all that did, like the volume's the same. It's just split up within those 2 days.
Right.
That's it. Like, so it's the same exact amount of work with extra rest. And it's just, and our shoulders feel better because you're not pressing twice a week, you know, like that. So it just feels really good.
When I was a teenager and I would hear about like Dorian's style of working out, I literally thought he was making it up for like shits and giggles. I thought he was trying to like trick us or something. So I was like, well, he did 4 working sets for chest. I don't believe I don't believe he can go from that. I think he's lying. And now, like I said, when I had the knee injury, I was doing 4 working sets for quads, and I swear to God, they got bigger. I swear they got bigger. It's not in my head. I'm looking at pictures and videos. They're literally bigger. And I'm like, hey, maybe we're onto something here. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you don't think about it. As an 18-year-old kid, how could you think, well, if I do less working sets, I'm going to grow? Like, nobody thinks of this. You know,
this is where science comes into play. We talk about science, right? Like literally all you do in the gym, you're literally breaking down muscle fibers. And the only thing to allow them to recover and grow is rest and food. So it's like, you know, beating your body up more doesn't necessarily help you grow. It just breaks your body down more, which prolongs the recovery process. So science does play a role.
Because when you're in the gym, you're pumped up. So in your brain, you're looking at yourself like, yo, I'm growing because I'm working out. Where you're doing the opposite. You're actually catabolic as you're working out, right? You're breaking down your body. It's the complete opposite. When you wake up from your sleep and you're flat as fuck, that's when you're the most catabolic. That's when you did all your growing, fucking laying there flat. But when you're working out, you're like, oh yeah, I'm pumped. This is how you grow. The truth is that you're doing the complete opposite. The longer you're in there, we used to have 3-hour leg days. The fuck you're literally losing muscle in the gym. After that hour, you haven't ate for 3 hours. Not only have you not ate, you've been burning calories and slamming your body for the last 3 hours. But you expect to get bigger? No, motherfucker. That's the worst my legs looked. You know, fucking doing crazy. When I used to train my complete hardest by far, that's when I made the least amount of gains because I was training 6 days a week like a madman, squats, deadlifts, over 6 plates every single workout, and I regressed. I looked my worst ever as a bodybuilder. You know, but I was hardcore. You couldn't tell me I didn't train harder than everybody. Who
Well,
gives a fuck?
it's always better to be to be a hard worker than it is to try to teach someone how to work hard.
For sure.
But you know what? At 18 too, that sets the
You can
precedent
handle-
of learning how to train intense and hard. You know what I mean? So I think something like that for at least an 18-year-old, it's needed to learn how
I
to
know what you
bodybuild. You know,
not for nothing. Also, at 18 is probably the only time you could actually handle that shit.
Yeah.
You're
gonna eat a burger after.
Yeah, and actually, because listen, we're saying this, but we still grew anyways. We still grew back then. You know,
bro, I would train hard with my friends in the weight room with football, like in the off season of football, and we go up the street, literally up the block, and destroy Taco Bell.
Oh, nice.
Every fucking day. That was what we did.
That was the
strong
best.
As fuck.
Well, that was the best part of bodybuilding for me at the time. I was an off-season bodybuilder. I thought I was a bodybuilder, but I was just an off-season bodybuilder. But that was the funnest point in bodybuilding. I had to learn how to enjoy competitive bodybuilding because I hated it. I hated getting small. I hated dieting. I hated eating clean meals. I hated every second of it to the point that I'm like, why do I even compete? The last couple of years, I realized that now I'm starting to love competing, especially this year. I think it's fun to eat chicken breast. I'm finding it fun. I'm finding it fun to do 2 hours of cardio and lie down, feel like shit, but with a smile on your face, like, bro, I just did fucking 2 hours of cardio. I'm about to beat everybody. The motherfuckers can't do this shit. You know what I'm saying? And then to look in the mirror, be like, oh, I'm fucking crazy. I did this shit. It makes me feel good, honestly. So now I can honestly say I love it. And that's the only way to continue doing it, because if I hated it, bro, I can't justify that shit. The fucking sacrifices, you're going to have too much regret. You know, you're going to have too much. Imagine all that we sacrificed to be like, I hated every moment of it. Why the fuck would you do? Why would you do it? You know,
that's what I was saying in the beginning. You know, people like I said that they try to figure out shortcuts to get to the very best, the quickest way possible. Like, you're missing out on the enjoyment of the journey, like just lifting hard and eating whatever the fuck you want, like, and just doing it again and again and again. Like, you're missing out on falling in love with it, which is what allows you to do this for years on end at the end of the day. And you start off shitty, but you train hard, you have fun with it, and eventually over time, naturally, you're just going to clean it up because you want a little bit more. But it's going to be gradual compared to trying to do it all at once. You'll never love it. You'll hate it right away.
Those are the guys that are doing it for all the wrong reasons. They're doing it to get on stage and get the pats in the back. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, you look so good. Like,
100%.
I literally told this guy at my old job, I was 20 years old at the time, and I was always a bigger guy because I'm over here fucking slamming weights and eating Taco Bell every day, you know? Like, so, but I was a big guy, and he told me, this is a job I was at for 8 years, so I just started. He said, hey man, like you look like you like lift weights. And I'm like, yeah, I do, you know, just 3-4 times a week or whatever. And he said, you should really think about becoming a bodybuilder. He's like, you have the perfect frame. And in that moment, I said, honestly, man, I just like to train, eat whatever the fuck I want. I was like, I could never do the bodybuilding thing. I don't want that shit. I was like, it's too overwhelming. I like to eat, bro. And here I am, pro bodybuilder, dieting every day. Like, so, but see, I let myself love it, enjoy it, and just want to get better over time. I enjoyed the journey to where I'm at right now.
I mean, what other reason would there be to bodybuild? Like, it ain't for the money, right? We're spending way more than we make. Shit, if you're lucky, you might get some Dr. Deadlift Deca. If you
no, you're wrong. It'd be nice to make money with it, but that's not where you start.
No, so to go back to like when people say, "Hey, what do you think about my genetics? Do I have genetics to be good?" And I'm like, "What if I tell you no? You look like shit. What are you gonna do then? You gonna quit? Maybe. Okay, so quit. Might as well. Because if you would quit from that, then you have no chance of doing shit in the sport anyway. So go quit then. Why the fuck you asking me that? It's irrelevant. I don't care what you got to say. I love it. So I'm gonna bodybuild regardless. whether I turn pro or go to the Olympia or never win a local show, that's really just up to my genetics, right? Because I can work my ass off, but my ceiling is my ceiling. It is what it is. So if you love it, you do it, regardless of where you land. Everybody's not going to be a top 10 Olympian. Some people might never turn pro.
Yeah, you know? Well, and I remember in a podcast, Fuad said he made a point that, like, for some people, it takes a very long time to know if you have good genetics anyway. And, like, I mean, just myself being an example, it wasn't even a bodybuilding thing. It was like there were years where I just financially couldn't really afford to cross all my T's and dot all my I's for bodybuilding. Like there were a lot of years wasted and distracted and everything. So it's like, if you just look at it by pure time, I've been doing this for so long, you'd think I have terrible genetics, but it's just that my path wasn't linear. It wasn't straightforward. It took a long time to get consistent enough to get my life in a place where I could even figure out if I had good genetics. So, like, if you're asking that from the get-go, you're not, like, I feel like I didn't have a good idea of that question for myself until like 2021, when I really, really got serious for a consistent amount of time. So it's like even something like genetics, you don't know in the beginning. You're gonna have to figure it out over some years.
There's no way, because genetics, they don't work the way we think they work, right? You take somebody like Nick Walker, right, when he was smaller. It looked like he had no genetics. And as he gets bigger, it's like, well, it looks like his genetics are getting better, but they don't get better or worse. They just are. You know, when Dallas turned pro, he has shitty genetics. He's never going to be a good pro. Then after he gets bigger, it's all genetics. Like, wait, which one is it? Is it shitty or good? Which one? It can't change, right?
Yeah. Well, and then look at Quinn. Quinn's like, everyone's Quinn's going to be top 5 at the Olympia this year, top 5 at the Olympia this year. Everyone's saying it. And it's like, well, or maybe genetically, we won't be able to put that much tissue on. We don't know.
Yeah. But the funny thing about Quinn is, you look at him like 80 pounds lighter as an amateur, he looks exactly the same. Everything, even the look to his muscles, the shape, the balance.
That is true,
just bigger. That's it.
Yeah.
Literally just bigger. So like nothing like like his proportions didn't get better or worse. Like I could say Nick Walker's proportions got better from when he was smaller, or somebody like or Compton. All of a sudden he like his muscle bellies just got rounder and rounder or something, right?
Yeah.
And Corinne looks exactly the same, right? So it changes. You can't really say. You just have to try it out. The only way to find out is to do it. And the only reason to do it is because you love it. So stop asking that question. It's a silly question. If you love it, do it. If you don't love it, why the fuck are you doing it? You know, and who the fuck am I to tell you what your ceiling is? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of dumb. You know,
so. Exactly. Yeah, I've always hated that question.
Yeah. It's that's like a kid asking you, like, "Hey, how tall you think I'll be when I grow up?" I don't fucking know, motherfucker. Like, just grow up.
Yeah, dude. What the fuck?
Grow up and find out. I don't know. How much money do you think I can make?
That's actually a really good analogy.
You know, in the next 10 years, how rich do you think I could be? I don't know, bitch. Like, you the fuck figure it out.
It's up to you.
go do something. I don't know. Like, that's not for anybody else to answer. But all right, let's sign off. I'm gonna hit pause because Joe wanted to ask me something. But everybody, thanks for watching. Felix, thanks for coming on. Peace out, people.
Yes, sir.